minute. You should think about characters,
Okay, here we go. So,
kind of like now.
Wasteland Hack in the Waterworld ripoff. Let's call it. Welcome everybody to the show. And session one here, we have four characters stranded on a raft in the middle of the ocean blue. It's been things have been favorable. The wind has been well. Yeah, really, any direction's a good direction at this point. They say when you have nowhere to go. So you've been following the wind and getting good time and looking for opportunities. Just survived a large hurricane, which saw the four of you brought together and salvage what you could, and onward you've gone. And so let's go to the four characters and perhaps who wants to start? Anyone? Talk a bit about their background, perhaps.
Yeah, sure. So I'm Leviticus, and older guy, uh, uh, salt and pepper, probably 50. His strength is kind of faded on him a little bit. Um, Maybe he's a little bit forgetful even, but he knows his way around the boat, uses terms like yard arm and port and starboard, and is pretty good actually. Seems to be pretty good at foraging and uh, and then kind of some fishing through the old time honored technique of snagging fish if something comes by. And yeah, that's sort of he seems like he can read the weather and has been good about keeping the raft away from any nasty squalls. And so that's Leviticus.
Neat. And so a salty character, does he have a big beard kind of or a bit ragged?
Yeah, he does. Whether he once kept it short or not, yeah, that's not the times these days.
Right. Any armor or weapons in particular he's good at or has?
Yeah, he does have some. He does have wooden torso armor, um, and he does have a fillet knife. But he seems like he uses a grappling hook to snag stuff, and occasionally tuna. He'll show you how to use your last catch as bait to catch your next fish, and then snag it.
Sweet.
He seems pretty adept at that.
Right on. Right on, Frank. Love it. Uh, who wants anyone?
Yeah. Yeah. We have gills here. Who, despite his name, does not actually have gills. He just has a large capacity for air. Good lungs. Anyways, but he does have webbed feet. He is a mutant of some sort, and apparently it's all real iffy. It's all real iffy on what you guys have heard so far. But apparently he's from some tribe that went savage, and they hunt like whales and dolphins and stuff like that. A lot of dolphins. And
Oh, is
he has
he?
tattoos all
Oh,
over his face, and he's real mean. He has this mean looking harpoon, and he's a fisherman. That's what he does.
nice. The Raider class.
Yes, yes.
And I tanked his strength roll, but well, you have to work with his dex.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, yeah, no, good one, Bob. Uh, Michael or Hunter?
Yeah, Sundar is a young man. He's probably around 13. He's quite strong for his age, but he's thin and wiry. Um, he's kind of gangly and gawky, and he runs around. He's got his cat, Mr. Mumbles, that he keeps with him and guards quite steadily. Knowing that food is scarce, he makes sure that any extra scraps goes to Mr. Mumbles before he gets fed. So Mumbles is gets some food. He has his favorite conch horn that he practices on, although it comes out rather monosyllabic at times. He does try to produce different tunes with it. Otherwise, he's pretty much, he knows he's a growing boy. He's very conscious of himself, and he tries to stay away from the other men. And he's very intimidated by Quiver, of course, just because, I mean, she is a woman and he's got all these feelings and all that. And that's Sundar.
Interesting. What does he have a particular weapon or look besides his physique, his lean and strong?
He's basically has a club, and he's got just like some knotted ropes and that he has for armor. That
I forgot. Oh, one thing I'll mention, everybody. Sorry to interrupt. If you incorporate the background you're just describing to everybody into some event, like in other words, using it to help aid yourself because it fits, you can gain advantage on a roll. Plus, that'll bump you. I think you have to do that to gain second level, basically, if you do it successfully. It's in Black Hack, that's how you go up level. When you get to second level, you have to do that 3 times.
oh,
And
okay.
so this in background is a little important, and finding a place to use it. So just think of that. And then technically the next session you're supposed to have, and like it's like a Lankmar or DCC sort of thing where you can do like a carouse roll to see if that you get benefits beyond just going up.
Yep.
Black Hack, that's how that works. So think about your background. Yeah, that's why. And also where you came from might be. Now we're getting hints where you come from, and everybody may not know, of course, right? You're a young man who's just like cautious and so on and so far, which is excellent. And if you want to share a bit from where you come from, it might be common knowledge. I escaped from a commune, they were all like cannibals. Well, it's
Just me and my cat.
Yeah, just out the window. So things can get, like I said, humanity has collapsed and gotten desperate. There's a big kill off. There's barely not many humans left. So last, but anything else, Michael, before we?
He also seems to be quite keen about sewing up and fixing people. So he does have bandages and that. He knows how to take care of people.
Oh yeah, interesting.
So I don't know how that fits in with his cannibal lot, but
No, that was
It's very,
not.
it's a fine line between butcher and surgeon, I guess.
You know a lot about the
Exactly.
human anatomy. Let's put it that
Yeah,
way.
it turns out you can sew these together if you want.
And he didn't say anything about not eat. Well, he won't eat his cat, but might eat you guys. Okay, pardon me. Excellent, Michael. So, yeah, and if you want to add something about your background, like I said, go ahead. Where you come from, or if you escaped, or where this hurricane, I was just basically a generic kind of, here we start. A hurricane brought you together from wherever you were. On that note, Hunter.
Yeah. So Quiver is older, like 40s or 50s, but hasn't been keeping track of specific years. She's actually grown up on, she was born and grew up on land, but it was swampy. It was like every year the tide rose a little bit more, but they were supported by these massive old trees that still grew there. And Quiver's mother was like one of the first generation victims of the apocalypse, and had escaped into the swamp and the nature and had learned the voodoo arts for herself and passed them down to me, using them to do things like put little curses on the fishes and other swamp creatures to guide them into our traps so we could hunt, that kind of thing. I also carry a small quiver of fishing harpoons with me. And my other equipment includes a juju stick, a machete, and some cocaine. And I dress mostly in like shawls to keep myself out of the sunlight.
And I sort of forgot I called it that because I was trying to think up a term for this powder you had that
Oh,
that's a stimulant. And I thought, well, it's sort of, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it clicked to me. And I thought, oh my God, it's there you go.
Yeah.
But in their culture, like we look at it very biased, of course,
Yeah.
everybody, right? In that, in the cultures, some cultures, it's
You
very
mean like we
ceremonial.
like it, or
It's like, any cops here, by the way?
yeah?
It's a valuable substance that allows me to commune with the nature spirits.
Mm. And do you
Infused
have
right.
what makes you stand out, or any features that anything like that?
There is, I'd say there's probably, in terms of her equipment, there's more made out of wood than probably most other people you've encountered, just because of my upbringing and what I've been able to keep that hasn't been destroyed or weathered since I eventually was flooded out of the homeland.
Right. Cool. And here you are on this raft with this assortment of other survivors, and it's the way it goes. It's been I'm gonna say it's been a few days, and you've sort of given up hope of you're pretty convinced you're utterly lost, and so you do know which way's north because the sun and so on. So at this point, the wind, and I have to roll for the wind. The wind is going towards the northwesterly wind, and it's a pretty brisk wind. So meaning a brisk wind mean that you'd have to go against. Anyway, you guys can decide whether you want to attack, go totally with it. With that kind of wind, you could reach 12, 14 knots. And
What
depend on your
direction have we been going lately?
I was going to say you've been following the favorable winds, which have been generally going northwardly, north towards northwest is where it's been pushing you. At this point now, metagaming wise, of course, the big catastrophe was a big melt off and the water rose quickly and so on. And so the whole world is sort of temperate at this point and has volatile regions that aren't necessarily north or south pole anymore. And anyway, which direction do you want to go? So, and for the next 2 hours, what does everybody want to do? We can just start the game now, actually. You've settled into perhaps a bit of a routine where you can pick a spot. Now, the sail is rigged up and you put it in its most effective position, but there's also a rudder that you've rigged up. And it's pretty simple, but you can tie the rudder up and the sail to keep a general tack going, and those sailors among you will follow me. It's not guaranteed system, but it'll hold a straight line. And then if the conditions get iffy and you're trying to go against the wind, then you might have to have somebody at the rudder.
Well, okay, yeah, and I mean a straight line sort of compared to what? So
Well,
there's
just
no
go
coast,
northward,
right?
Yeah, you don't have a
Follow the
compass.
stars.
And like I said, you
Right.
just want to go with the wind. You just want to follow whatever fable. Now currents are big too, because you could find I don't think we've been moving, right? You know what I mean? We'll make a roll in this 2 hours, and all of a sudden we haven't moved. In fact, I think we're going backward. If you hit a wicked back current, it might pull you somewhere to your danger or favor, right?
Well, okay. Again, if everything's just water, I don't know what
Who
the
cares at
danger
this point?
is. A giant whirlpool.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, so
Yeah.
yeah,
I got a list I just
the
rolled on.
maelstrom and the kraken. So I think, yeah, I'm okay. I mean, definitely we do. It's better if you have the opportunity to kind of like go someplace new to see if you can forage for something. So I'm all in favor of that.
And there are things called streams of debris that you can hit, and it'll be junk. It'll be plastic and wooden stuff, and just flotsam. But you can often find a treasure, like a container that's bobbing along of who knows what. So that's something to keep an eye out. And if you're quick on the rudder and quick move the sail, you can follow a stream for a little while, and of debris, we'll call it. Now that being said, there are said to be oil slicks out there that you probably want to avoid. Big nasty areas where the oil is just accumulated, or other things, pollution. All those nuclear reactors going pop might have an effect in certain areas. That's hence the webbed feet. and so on, and voodoo.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna open the window here. A little stuffy. So for the next 2 hours, you can decide what you want to do. You can forage, you can search, you can rest, and so on. Whatever you want to come up with. And then we make a roll to see if you're successful. And I make some rolls, random encounters, see if something comes along or if you see something under the water. At this point, it's quite hex crawl. And it's we're going to call it day 4 of your journey. So this is the 4th day you've been on the raft. Anyone want to start? And you can claim.
How good are we on food?
You have no food.
Okay. I'm going to spend this next amount of time at the edge of the raft with some of my fishing harpoons, just little like stabbing into the water kind, and try to do some prayers or just voodoo chants to try to like draw fish in towards us.
Prayers to Father Dagon.
I'll give you. Okay, I'll get back to that in a minute. I'll probably get you to do your wisdom check at disadvantage.
Me?
Yeah. So while you're doing that, to see if you can hook something. So you roll. If you want to use your character, it's macroed, or you can just roll the dice at home, or you can use the roll 20. Not really. Doesn't matter. But when I say make a stat check, you have to get under your stat on a 20-sided.
Okay. Do I have a modifier on this?
Nope, just do it twice and then take the least favorable result. Oh, both.
Please, Mother Hydra.
Both failed. So what happened?
Well, I actually one roll failed, but it was with disadvantage. But
No, you have to get under your attribute.
Yeah, the 2 rolls were 13 and 19, and so.
Oh, I got 17.
But yeah, still failure. So
Pardon me.
I
just saw that.
Say I'd say a fish gets fairly close, and I just completely miss it as I jab my spear into the water. Did not take enough account of refraction.
Oh, and yeah,
it swims away, and yeah.
Yeah, the spirits are against you because for the next 2 hours you try in vain, and no luck. Yeah. So who's next for the next 2 hours? And like I said, if you have someone keeping a lookout is pretty important. Basically, for storms are a huge thing. Oh my! If storms coming.
Yeah, and that's what I'm doing.
Or something.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with that role. Always scouting the horizon for those squalls.
Sure. So you could make a normal check because I gave you a bit of a harsh fishing roll. Anyway, move on. So you can make either a wisdom or a dexterity check, whichever is favorable to you, Frank.
Oh, okay. So I do have spot trouble. with advantage, spot danger, perception.
Ah, so roll this at advantage. You have keen eye
So your
and a sense.
crappy macro failed. But that's
Probably
fine.
did. Yeah.
There's an error with your formula. Try again.
No, just use the stat. Are you Leviticus, right?
Yeah. So we said that's wisdom.
Yeah,
That's
wisdom or
excellent.
dexterity. So I'd use dexterity. Yours is 14, right? So
I
if you
would use
actually,
dexterity.
yeah, so if you hit that one and then it should work. Yeah, so I rolled, ignore that one. Or you can roll 20-sided if you want. By the way, everybody, you can do that on your character sheet. You can just hit that die button beside your stat. And
Oh, I critted.
oh,
Wow.
indeed. Oh, wow. Um,
It's your Uncle
Interesting.
Leviticus looking out for you guys.
Yeah, and these old timer eyes are used to the sun's glare and your rugged tan deflects everything, and
Exactly. That glaucoma provides a nice filter.
you see smoke. Barely, like you just it took you. It was about an hour and a half. Oh no, two at the end of the shift. We'll say it after 2 hours. You've been, and just like yeah, time to go down, take a piss, perhaps. Or I don't know if you arced one into the over everybody at that point, but you saw smoke.
Right in my mouth, but I don't let anybody see.
But
Okay.
it's
So
to the northeast, and you guys are going. You were following sort of the current and the water and making good, as far as you knew, good time. I don't know who's actually in control of the. Somebody has to be in control of the rudder and sailing, right, during the shift. Keeping an eye on
yeah.
things, because are not. Frank, I mean, you tell me. You're you're the expert. No,
Well,
really though.
I mean,
Could
you're
you
right.
could you
If
tie it up and just leave it for 2 hours? I mean, but somebody could just go around. Okay, actually, that's something you could just check on, right, and keep an eye on.
yeah, basically. So
Okay.
yeah, I mean, a lot of these
Okay.
rigs, it'll
All right.
sail itself because you're not worried about it hitting the coast. But yeah, so
That's true.
northeast, and then everybody's like, "What's that?" And I point over there. Yeah,
And he has.
lubbers over
He's
there.
15 feet up though. Remember, 20 feet up. So
Yeah,
these
so they don't
others,
see it, but I'm
no.
like, I spy a bit of smoke.
I'll be on the tiller. I'll mind the tiller.
All right. So who wants to give me a sailor roll to see if you can adjust and make this smoke before you go by it? Because you realize, well, okay, let's aim toward it, and it's just a roll. See how well you do it. This doesn't mean you fail in the
Just a
long run,
roll,
but
just a D20 or what?
yeah,
what?
D20, and then whoever's the sailor in you, if you have some advantage or not, or it'll be regular D20 using your dexterity check.
Oh, using my
Bob,
dex.
do you have a sailing ability or?
Then you
Not
might get advantage.
necessarily.
Oh,
Yeah, my CAD ability. That's what I have.
yeah. I like. Yeah, I'm
That's
no
all right.
sailor either.
Everybody does inherently in Waterworld, just so you know. Nobody's at disadvantage on
Oh,
Waterworld.
okay. Is that a
Yeah.
dexterity thing?
Yeah. So anybody can roll, but it just takes somebody's time and effort.
I'll do it. I said I was at till.
Some of you may have an advantage because of your background in this, but Waterworld, everybody, if you can't sail, you're dead.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see if yeah.
Successful.
And so you can turn and you aim in that direction where he points. And as far as you know it, you're going there, but it's going to take you quite a while.
Good job,
At
Sundar.
least lucky if you get there by evening. Now you'll get there the next day if you're lucky. You estimate. You tell them. So you probably have a couple days. Now you're out of food and water's getting low. Everybody could roll a 4-sided die to see how many units of water you have, and you need 2 a day. And if you go a day without water, of course you'll start to show results, because things are pretty lean. It's not like you're guzzling water all day anyway. Like everybody rations everything all the time. It's lean times. I'm not sure. Yeah. So everyone roll, and that's how many units. And by the way, everyone has to use a unit up right now. You use it at the beginning of the of the turn. So you get -1 from this. D4 -1.
Okay,
you-
I'm out of
Okay.
water.
Okay, so that's a D4 -1. So I have 2 units of
Yeah,
water.
I have 2.
And also, one of you can give me a 6-sided roll to see how many units of stuff you have. So you can fandangle something together. Now, some of you with a background or just wing it could create like a device that could get water evaporating and dripping.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
desalinator,
try to
evaporative desalinator.
Oh, and then if you have that going overnight, you could get roll, see how many dice, see how many units of water you get out of one of those.
I have 1 unit of stuff.
Okay, so you have some debris that's just not
Hey,
much.
I could go diving. I could go dive. I'm gonna go diving on my turn. That's what I do.
Right.
I'm gonna look out for stuff to dive into, you know, like buildings or something.
Now with that spot check as well, I was going to include, not only did you see smoke, Frank, off to your right, you saw the dark telltale signs of structure.
To my starboard, you
reef.
mean?
Yes.
To my starboard, I see.
And that you spotted, that'll be hard to reach because it's against the wind. Not impossible, but you'd have to tack back if you want to get to that area. Then you could actually dive in and find something perhaps. Because it's super deep here. Like right now, it's like, well,
It's against the one I would jive,
Yes.
but okay, very well. I'll point that out to Gills. You know, we're not moving like you mentioned, we're not moving so fast. Maybe it's worth him. You know, he wants to take a dip anyway.
I said, wherever we go, I think it'll work out. I think the way we were going is fine.
You can go for it on the way.
Oaks
And if you
Beach.
hit it, it'll take you out of the way a little bit.
Can we?
Cost you a shift of time, basically.
Oh, okay. Well, that's not bad. Maybe we can go over there.
All right. So
So
who's at the rudder?
I am.
All right.
You're doing a
so-
great job, son.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So if you want to make another roll, a dexterity or strength, actually, if you can take a pick next. Oh, but that's success. So yes, you swing by, and sure enough, it's like, ooh, we're hitting structure. Now, think about this in the future too. You might want to consider building an anchor if you find some stuff, just to let you know, things like that, right? And evaporation device. But for now, you're like, okay, you can put the sail down at this point, right? And a couple of you can get on the oars and try to backpedal, and he can dive in. And you'll be slowly going by the structure. And it might go on for a long ways, or it might just be a little top of something, or it might be an oil rig fucking under the water, who knows? But at this point, it looks like it looks like a tip of land. And not to script things, but that's how you could, slow yourself down enough as you pan by it, get a chance. Now, when you spotted, you may want to take a look for sharks
I'll do that.
and other things, big rays or whatever. All right, so everyone, I'm just giving you some options and stuff. There are dangers right now. There's probably, if there's land, there's a shark, probably.
Yeah, I'll look for the sea creatures.
All right, so if you could give me a perception, which is a dexterity or a wisdom check, so your choice, whichever is a favorable stat.
And a
You
normal one.
Do you want to scramble up the mast or stay on the bottom?
I'll go up the mast.
All right, so you get advantage.
Okay. Crit.
Wow.
Okay, there is a shark.
Oh boy.
At least one. It's now, from when you were a kid, you described you from the dorsal to the other fin. It's you can estimate it's a big enough shark. It's dangerous.
Yeah. Okay, I alert the rest of the characters.
It's ways off though.
Okay.
But it might be curious. It might be coming your direction. You have a bit of time. You think it'll be here in few rounds, you estimate.
Okay. I tell
Uh,
Bob's character to be careful if he decides to dive.
Okay. Well then, I do it. I go in. I'm good to go.
Okay, what's your swim, Bob? And are you taking your harpoon with you?
I
You
don't.
kind of go down and stab something or find something, looking on the
Yeah,
surface
it
for
says
debris?
it says I have. That's one of my abilities is swimming.
Yeah.
So I don't. Yeah. And yeah, I'll take my harpoon in with me.
Sweet. So give me you go into the water gracefully. Won't make you roll or anything as you go down, but as soon as he hits the water, you do see the fins turn and kind of meander a course toward the sound or whatever.
So
Bob,
how do I use the minor hex voodoo? Because it says like having a wax figure, right? Do I have to spend time to make a figure of a specific thing?
yeah, but imagine how good you would be at it, right? If you just had like
Yeah.
a mold and you'd quick be thinking, right? Like,
Because I wanna make a model of the shark if I can.
sure. So that's part of the whether the spell succeeds sort of deal too, right?
Okay. Okay.
And usually, like something like this, I would put a caveat almost that well, it's something down the road I'll think about. Like in this world, the person would have, or the thing would have to see you.
Okay.
Part of the psychological effect, of course. Even if it's an
Yeah.
animal or monster, the fact of seeing you with this own image being whatever, head popped off with a thumbnail, and so you know what I mean. It'd
Yeah.
be kind of fun system that way, I think. In
Yeah.
this,
Okay.
but that's very useful. Like if the shark comes in, you're ready for it,
Yeah.
and
I'm
you would
making
look at me, you dead-eyed beast. Or perhaps you respect sharks. I'm not sure your thing.
It's more like
It's your call.
I'm trying to keep it away from us, not
Yeah,
necessarily trying to like torture or kill it.
sure. And there are allies out there. I don't know that too, but the hex thing is, yeah, definitely. You had a charm, I think, too, or is that second level? But anyway, here you are, the fin, and you think, oh, gulp. Okay, he's got a couple rounds maybe now. So Bob, you enter the water and you go underneath and you look back and see the raft, but you move quickly and sleekly and down, and you can see there's structure, there's coral. It's fairly new, and you're glancing, looking for just opportunity at this point, right? You realize that
Yeah.
you're on the ticker a bit. And did you roll that? Oh,
No, what
crit
did you want me to
success?
roll?
Oh, pardon me. Who rolled that?
What did you want me to roll?
For perception, I think that's. Oh, pardon me. I think it's wisdom or dexterity. I'm trying to think. I'll let you pick wisdom or dex. I have to open
I'll
my
use
blackjack
Dex
rules.
for it. Yeah. I'll
Okay,
use Dex. Yeah, sure.
sure. And just see if you spot some things. Oh, so roll a 2 die 4.
Okay. Hey.
Find generally 7 pieces of things. Okay, you know what I mean? We call them
Nice.
units. So you can
So we
use
have 8.
units to build stuff, right? Yeah, and I won't split stuff into plastics and woods and electronics at this point. I'll just say units of stuff, okay, everybody? So you can use that as you will at this point. The game does actually break it down a bit, and I don't know if you ever heard of the video game Raft. It's a
Yeah,
really
I've seen that.
cool,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I played it long ago. I've modeled a bit of the game. Anyway, so think about, you can build all sorts of things. Of course, being survivalists, you're not at disadvantages, any of you, to crafting gadgets. Some of you are advantaged, perhaps even. So anyway, moving on, you also spot that, but you also see something shiny deep down, because you see that the structure is just a blob that's probably 100 feet across, and
Oh.
then it goes back into the blackness. And you can't, without breathing apparatus and stuff, you can't go further. But you see something shiny, and it looks like the edge, a container that's
Oh.
kind of
Okay.
buried in the silt and the seaweed, but it's deep down. You might want to get air again, because now you can hold your breath at advantage. So basically, for every round underwater, you basically roll a check. After so many rounds, I'm going to say.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I want to go for it. Totally. I think that's reasonable that you can do it.
And let's say you can hold your breath for your constitution, number of rounds, your constitution quartered. Okay, does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah.
So your constitution's pretty good though, isn't it? Like
Yeah, it's 17.
Wow. Okay. So that's like 4,
3 or
yeah,
4, yeah, something like
4,
that.
yeah. We'll say 4 rounds. So that's one
Okay.
round's gone by. You figure that you can swim down. It'll take you round to reach that.
Mhm.
The shark fin, I'm going to roll to see the sharks. It's taking its time a bit. It's meandering. It might be curious. You don't know that, Bob. You're not looking, but
Right.
you're watching, Michael. Or who was it? Hunter?
Yeah, I was watching the.
Okay, the shark
Shark.
is curious. The sound drew it, and it's looking, or I mean, it's underwater, so it's drawn. It's coming. And anyone else want to do anything while he dove in? He's gone for a round or two. He disappears under the water. He's a real good swimmer. You're like, whoa. Wow.
I'm gonna be down from the mast as I'm watching the shark and making the figure. By the way.
All right. So I'll get you to give me a perception roll to see if when you get down that you spot it again. Just a
Okay.
normal one. Yep.
Okay.
Dexterity or wisdom.
Success.
So you like get down and you realize how much that makes a difference, right? Out
Mhm.
there in the ocean. But and you're like, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. It's not coming straight towards you guys. It's still meandering. Anyone else want to do anything? Or you just kind of hanging and watching? So back to Bob then. This will be the 3rd round. Do you want to go to the container
Right.
or go up for air?
No, I want to go to the container. Yeah.
Okay, so this is a 3rd round,
Mhm.
and you go for it. So give me a swim check. See
Okay.
how things go, because there's there's currents, there's things down here, and there might be tigerfish come out or something and ruin your day.
Okay. Well, that didn't work.
Or go into a school of jellyfish.
Or the jaguar shark of
And I
Steve
use that
Zissou.
for my constitution,
Yeah,
right?
huge-
My swimming.
That's your strength.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
Or
not
your
good.
no, your strength or constitution. No.
Okay. Either way, I pass. Either way.
Yeah. Okay. So you swim down, and this is the 3rd round, right?
Mhm.
So you realize that, yeah, you can get halfway back, fine, but after that, you're gonna have to make rolls. You realize,
Okay.
oh, you're
Yeah, I
pushing a
can-
bit, but you reach this thing, and you have to get it out of the thing first. So
Okay.
unless you want to try open it, but it looks like it's a small container.
Okay.
Not very big. Now I would describe it as a briefcase. But to
Okay.
you, it's like, oh, it's a container but it's kind of buried in silt and things like that, and your time's ticking, and you're under quite a lot of pressure right now. You realize you're down, 10 meters or so.
Okay. Yeah. Then I'll snatch that up. I won't pry into it anymore. I'll just snatch it up and try to go
Okay,
up.
give me a perception roll,
Okay.
because there's a little critter that's made its lair underneath and in the silt.
Critical success.
You reach around and you see there's a moray eel.
Oh.
A big friggin' one, big black one with those white eyes and jagged teeth. The thing must be 7-8 feet long, weighing 70, 80 pounds at least. And they're known for being nasty, the Wolverines of the sea sort of thing. And you succeeded like a critical. So you see him wavering, those white eyes looking at you, and you realize he's going to strike. So now you have to roll your dexterity or less, or he goes first. That's how it
Okay.
works in Black Hack for initiative, by the way, everybody.
Let's do it. He goes first, I guess.
Oh, wait, sorry. You got the critical success. I was going to give you
No,
advantage.
that was for the perception. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna get because you got the 1. So I thought.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I'll roll again.
Oof.
Okay.
Okay,
Fair
the
enough.
thing comes out and lashes out you and bites you viciously. Now you're not wearing armor when you swim. Oh no, you can wear armor
Oh,
when you
am I
swim
not?
if it's adapted. Yes, you are.
Okay. Okay.
So do you want to soak up the damage from this moray
Very
eel?
much so. Yeah, very much so.
Okay, so it strikes you viciously in the armor, of course, and pieces pop off, and it grabs a chunk of the armor and wriggles violently and pulling big pieces off, and you bubbles burst out of your mouth a little bit and whatnot. But you're a really good swimmer, so you don't panic or anything. I won't make you roll again. You've been holding, so you just kind of whoa. But he's attacking you. Now back on the surface, just briefly, everything seems tranquil, and and everybody's watching. Anybody wanted to do anything else while another round has ticked by? I realize the party's sort of splitting away.
I'm just concentrating on the shark.
And watching, okay.
We see
And
all these bubbles rise up.
yeah. And you might sense that, he's taking a while. He is, because
Yeah.
normally you're all nervous. Like it's like, holy cow, this has been like over 2
Yeah.
minutes.
Oh,
Yeah,
geez,
so-
Uncle Levi, Mr. Gill, he's down there a long time. Now there's bubbles everywhere.
Yeah, so that was going to be one of my questions was, what is a typical dive for gill? What does that look like? Do we see bubbles typically or?
Yes, and yeah, you've seen him dive a couple times in the last few days, let's say, and he's foraged and whatnot. And you guys haven't had a
Yeah.
lot of luck because whatever. So this is to him a long dive. He may be pushing it. He's an exceptional swimmer, like amazing. Like,
Right.
he can outlast any of you by
Yeah, we're
miles.
not going to rescue him
Exactly.
until we have to.
But it's taking a
Okay.
little while, but not panic time perhaps. It's like,
Well,
Yeah,
if either of you want to go look for him, I'll be keeping an eye on the shark. I'll try to make it back off if it ever decides to try to go towards us.
okay,
yeah,
on that.
I start looking off real far over the right. What's that over there?
Anyone want to say, well, you can roll to see if you keep eye contact with the shark because it might go underwater, right?
Okay.
It might.
Yeah. Just a normal wisdom then?
Yep.
Crit.
Okay, the shark is coming towards the raft.
Okay.
Quickly. It's going to be here in a round or two.
Okay, I'm going to use my I'm gonna try to use my minor hex then to it's kind of like do a punch in the nose kind of thing to get it to F off and turn around.
Now, your experience with sharks, and I'll give you a hint here, Hunter, is there's ways to attract a shark, and ways to kind of repel them, right? At this point, you want to attract it to you because you have to have this thing in what's called near in this game, which I think is within 30 feet. Might be 60. So then I would issue that if you attracted it and it saw you, you could cast that spell on it.
Okay. I'll try to do that then. I'll go to the end of the raft that is furthest from wherever Bob dived.
And you know that if you make unrhythmic splashing things on the surface, that often attracts predator sharks.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that.
All right. So give me a wisdom check to see if that works. If it, your wisdom's really high. I remember rolling for that character. That's why you're a witch, by the way. I rolled a 17 on wisdom. I was like, ooh.
Success.
And the shark is coming straight towards the raft.
All right, it's
Straight towards you splashing.
time.
Yeah, it's going to be there like probably in the next round or two. Like, it's coming pretty quick. It's like, whoa, prey.
All right.
Michael, you are kind of on sail mode, but you've been just kind of keeping the thing floating. I'm assuming you guys put the sail up, like I said, and we're trying to keep it slow as possible as you're going over this structure. Anything else you want to do? Well, he really says, sharks coming. You hear?
Yeah, I'm panicking slightly because Gil isn't up yet.
This end of round 4, by the way.
The shark, it's coming towards us.
Yes.
All right. Okay? If it's on a vector to go by the boat, I'll use my grappling hook and try and snag it. We could use some shark fin soup.
Oh, as I said, there's a pretty big shark. Probably at least a 15-footer, if not bigger.
Yeah, it's
Well,
probably something that
that's-
would be tugging our boat rather than the other way
Oh.
around.
No, our boats. How big is our boat? It's 15 feet.
Decent size, yeah.
I mean, my kids have an 11-foot stand-up paddleboard.
Hey,
so.
it's your call. It's your call. Yeah. Do what you will. It's a big,
I
big
mean,
shark.
have you seen natives kill
Surf
sharks
those,
and
surf those babies.
have you seen whaling ships? What they take down? So,
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
have you ever read Moby Dick? Nothing bad ever happened in that book.
What could
So
go
here
wrong?
we go. It said, "Hey, the white whale." So here we go. Yeah,
It's a big friggin' bull shark. Big.
Yeah, they're nasty, sure.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try and grapple it anyway.
Alrighty. Next round, it'll probably. Well, I'm gonna roll to see if it takes one or two
Boy,
rounds.
make sure you. Oh wait, Quivers, you have who has the harpoon?
I don't have
Some-
I don't have like a harpoon. I have just some like fishing spears that are they're not thrown.
Hmm.
A fishing, but I mean that should do it.
Okay.
Stab in the top
Don't
of the head.
listen to him.
Yeah, I'm too focused on the shark and the voodoo to give you any of my sticks anyway.
So let's
Well,
go
no,
down.
I don't want it. I want
Oh,
you
okay.
to kill it, right?
I'm
I'm gonna
You'll-
grapple it, so
Ooh.
it'll be easy for you to kill.
Oh Lord.
That seems like a big ask right there.
You don't want to. Okay, well, or we can just let it
Not
go.
really my skill set to
All right,
take
let's
down a
just
No,
bull
let it
shark.
go
I
and
like
see what
it though. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
Someone else can try.
Now we'll finish round 4, go underwater, and Bob Boire, you have this. You get to act. Remember, you lost initiative, so you get to act now. This thing went and ripped your armor off.
Right. You know what? I'll let him keep it. I want to
You
start
can
swimming
have
up.
that. Oh, you're just gonna pedal away.
Yeah, I've got the
All right.
briefcase, right?
No. Did you make the strength check?
Yeah. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
grab it, reef it out of the silt, and swim. Now with the briefcase, you're not at advantage swimming now, because I was going to make it
Okay.
normally disadvantage. So now it evens out. If you follow, so your normal
Mhm.
check. So you could make a strength or dexterity check.
For swimming?
Yeah. See if you can outswim this pissed off Moriel that got a mouthful of leather and whatever nylon straps and whatever
Yeah.
used to make your armor.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah. Uh,
All right. Or you could drop the case and swim off. You're pretty confident, but with the case.
hey, success.
Oh, okay. So
That's
you
not
successfully avoid this thing. They're very you know that they stick to their lairs. They kind of shoot out usually, and you were near its lair, but you avoid it and you swim away. But you look over as you look up and you see the dark shape and that distinct silhouette of the two
Yeah,
fins coming
right.
out the side and that swaying fast pattern of a big bull shark. And it's coming towards some sort of noise you see. Well, actually, I should have made, well, anyway, you do see the shark heading toward the raft. And you look up and you see that it'll take you 2 rounds to get up there. And you successfully swam this round, so it'll take 1 more, and you'll have to make another check to see if you can hold your breath and swim. You have to make 2 checks next round, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
So we'll go to round 5, and it is round 5 now. If everybody could make a dexterity check to see whether you go after or before the shark. The shark is now closed in on the raft. And that's how initiative works in this system. I don't roll much at all. The DM doesn't roll much at all, basically. If you succeed, you go before, and you can decide who goes when and where in this system.
Do I need to roll?
Everybody does, yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it normal or?
Mm-hmm.
Success.
So anyone who succeeded, again, go. You act before the shark acts, whether it's attacking or moving or whatever.
Okay.
And whether it senses Bob or not, or what's your character's name again, Bob? You are
Gills.
Gills, right?
So I'm gonna make sure that it sees me do this as it's coming toward me, and I'm going to sock the wax figure on the nose to try to get it to turn in the direction away from where Bob's character dove.
Oh, interesting.
So like if Bob is towards the right, I would hit it on the right side, so it would try to veer left.
Okay. Now, as I see this, you can use this to piss it off, distract it, rather than do damage.
Yeah, distract is what
Oh,
I'm
okay.
going for.
So if you succeed in your roll, you will succeed in that action. Well
All right.
played.
Normal
And you'll
wisdom.
distract it for a round, basically. Yeah. And your
Success.
wisdom's so high. Yeah, it's just oof. I know when I rolled
Nice.
that, I was
I
like,
like this
ooh.
character.
Yeah, 15. So you like, look at me, you little, and you tap its nose, and you see it shake in the water, and everyone is violent, like this huge beast thrashes around, water flicks, and it twirls off as you in the wrong direction, kind of pissed off, like some horsefly bit it or something.
Yeah, cool.
Angry. Anyone else want to do anything this round 5? Well, anyone who made their dex check. So the shark will go then, and you guys can act
I
after.
want to go. Yeah, sorry.
Oh,
sorry.
okay.
I'll
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll make those checks,
Yeah, 2 checks, 1 to hold your breath.
and I have advantage on that, right?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Pretty
so this is
high,
a
but
Constitution roll.
success.
Yeah, so you won't drown. Now
That's
make your
great.
swim at normal because you're carrying the case still.
Yeah,
See
I'm
if
a little iffy
you
on
don't
that.
flounder or whatever.
What I get? 16. That's a fail, I think.
Yes. So for what happens?
Well, it's just I'm being way down. I got that stuff. I have stuff in one hand and one in the other. So my feet are just trying the best, but and kind of sketched out about the shark as well. So he just
Okay, give me a roll.
surprise.
Either give me a strength check to see if you hold on to the case.
Oh, okay, sure. Man, that's really not my strong suit. Yeah.
Oh.
Case is gone.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Fair enough.
So, and I made you roll that because you failed your swim check.
I'm going after it.
So yeah, the shark isn't coming at you at the moment. You see that you don't see what really is going on, but you're out of breath. You're good at this. You realize that. All right, the pressure's coming on. You're at the wall now, but you've been past this before. You've pushed yourself. It's just and you're at advantage on your rolls because you're not. Anyway, so anyone else done round 5? Anyone go? The shark is distracted for the moment. Round 6. Roll dexterity check, everybody. And if you succeed, you go before the shark. Now it's, of course, spinning back. It's pissed off. It was distracted. So anyone who succeeded may go. Whoever you wish. And you can metagame a little bit, but of course, if Bob's not in communication, you have to realize, but you can come to some conclusions. What's going on?
Did you say another initiative roll?
Yeah, dexterity check. And
Wow.
where'd it go? Where'd it go? The shark went underwater. Now I'm treating your rolls to see what the shark does as well, like why you lost sight. And it's where'd it go? And it's gone underwater.
Lost it in the thrashing.
Yeah, and in the coral and stuff, and in the, because you could probably spot it in the water even, but where'd it go? You lost it.
Okay.
Anyone else want to go? Anyone succeed? Want to go? The shark has gone underwater.
Sundar is just going to be.
You can act before it goes underwater, though, if you succeeded. Just so you know, it's going underwater, I should say.
Yeah, Sundar is just going to be kneeling on the side of the raft where he lets Gil go up
Okay,
and down.
you can give me a wisdom check to see if you can spot perhaps something. See what's going on.
Success.
Yeah, you see Bubbles? Yeah, there. He's over there. Holy, he's down way over there because the bubbles are coming up and still coming up. So you can tell by just how they're periodically kind of, and something happened, but you can tell by the trail of bubbles and things that he was coming back, but he's somewhere there, deep still. Anyone else want to act before the shark? No?
I don't think I can't, right?
Okay, the shark suddenly erupts out of the water and attacks the raft.
Oh boy.
Chomping. Now, I'm going to roll to see if it... Give me a... Who was creeping over looking under the end of the water? Michael? So it comes at you lunging to bite at you. You have to give me a dexterity check. Let's get this.
Failed.
Very close.
Okay, the shark comes out and it bites a chunk of the raft and its huge mouth. This thing's huge as shark. It must be almost 20 feet long, maybe. But anyway, it comes out and rakes its teeth down your calf and the side of your leg, opening it up. Blood immediately pops out. It almost grabbed your leg and pulls you off. But you take 4 points damage.
Okay.
And next round, you have to make a roll to see if he pulls you off the raft. He's kind of latched on your leg a bit. And he's shaking.
He's got me. He's got me.
Can I do my voodoo again?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try to do a distraction again against the shark to get it to stop its attack on our crewmate.
Over here. Oh, break off its... Yeah, that's a good idea. So where are you? You're Sundar. And blood splashes into the ocean, of course, and the shark is frenzying now, trying to rip you off the raft. And so, Quiver, you spin around and mutter your incantations or your curse, and you still have the wax figure of the thing, of course. Now, the raft is being shaken a little bit, but I won't get too crazy here. I mean, we'll make some rolls. Just be aware that if you want to do anything too fancy, I may require a roll. This big shark is kind of out of the water trying to grapple you. Anyway, go ahead, make your wisdom check. See if you can...
And that's the 17. I got to fail.
Did you fail?
I tied. with the
Oh,
stat.
that is a failure.
Yeah.
You go forward to... What happens? The thing is... Oh, those lids go over its eyes. It doesn't see you.
That's
You know, when
yeah, that's good.
When sharks attack, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They get those protective lenses. And you realize that. It's like,
Clever girl.
curse you, beast. Anyone else can act before the shark? We already did that. Bob, right? Now it's your turn.
Can I? Well, answer me this. Can I see what's going on up there?
It depends what you want to do this round. Do you want to swim back for the case? You'll have to go for it.
I'll just have to go for it with either way. Well, I guess I wouldn't go up there unless I knew that they were being attacked.
Well, you can get disadvantage. I'll get you a disadvantage wisdom check to see if you can perceive, see thrashing, maybe see red in the water or something.
Okay, yeah,
but you're
sure.
ways away. Like you're 10
Yeah,
meters
that's-
and off to the side a bit.
Sure.
But you guys are really adapted to water life, of course. So
Okay. Yeah. No good. Yeah. I guess I'm
So quick
going after
glance,
the
everything
briefcase
seems,
though.
yeah, okay. Go ahead, make a 2 rolls, one for holding your
Mhm.
breath,
Let's see.
and then all right. So you're doing okay. The burn's good. You've done this before. Now make a swim check's good. You grab the briefcase. You have it. Next round you can go back again. 2-round journey. Take
Okay.
2. All right. And now round 6, I think, unless anyone gets to act after the shark already attacked, right?
Who did
Michael,
go?
you can still act. Oh, Michael, do you have armor points? You can soak up that bite if you wish. Or you can take the damage if you feel I have a lot of damage. I want to save my armor until if I get swallowed by a T-Rex or something. You're muted. Sorry, Michael. And sorry,
I
I'm
think
going to
I'll
run to
take the damage right now since it's lower body.
Sure, and you can still act, by the way, this round.
I'm banging on him with my bare fists.
Okay. You have a knife or something because I think fist does D3 damage. Or I'll give you, no, you're strong. I'll give you D4 damage because you're a brawler. Actually, I rolled for that and anyway. I was going to give you the brawler skill because you're really tough. It gives you, anyway. Is that a success? You have 15 strength?
Let's see, 14.
Oh,
Melee.
that's a miss then.
Yes,
Oh no, you have 15 strength.
15 strength. Yeah, no, that
Okay,
hits.
that's a hit. Roll D4. Now there's a rule in Black Hack. Pardon me, hated to bring this to you, but for every hit die, the creature is higher than your level, you minus
Yes.
1 on your roll.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Now, this is a 3-hit die shark.
Oh.
Well, that kind of sucks then.
That does. Sorry to burst your bubble. But this is a big beast. It's a 3-hit die
Right.
shark. So you're hitting
So
it, but it's just
I'm flailing
enraged.
away.
Yeah. Is everyone done?
I am, yeah.
Yeah. I think
Okay, so
Certainly.
once more, roll that dexterity and get in that routine, I guess, because you do it every time to see if you go before or after your adversary, frankly. And so, Bob, you swim back. We can just
Hey,
roll
I
for
got
you.
first.
A
Oh, wow.
crit dexterity.
Crit fumble.
Frank's slow on the draw. All
Yeah,
right, who wants to go first?
I can't believe that my idea didn't work.
Hasn't panned out yet.
Oh, wait, we never got a chance to try it.
Oh, you can still act from last round, Frank. If you didn't act. If you still have to act, then go ahead.
No, my action was going to be several rounds ago.
Yeah.
And then I saw the witch do some voodoo, and then I'm like, oh, this is going to work out great.
It's better than my plan. Okay,
then I'm
okay, because
like-
Frank, don't get me wrong. Like when I say go before or after.
When does the voodoo kick in? That's what I'm thinking.
Hmm.
So the
This kid
voodoo's
is being
going to kick
eaten.
in
What is the
right
bastard?
about now.
We'll be riding sharks. Sharknado.
Don't worry, Sunder. Just a few more minutes until the video kicks in.
Anyway, so round 6, and make your rolls. You succeed. Speak up. Be proactive and go.
Yeah, sure. I'll go.
Sure.
I'll go ahead and make the breathe check. Make sure I can breathe.
Yep.
Success.
No problem.
Here's
So
the
far.
swim. Success. Hello.
Everything's going Chucky. Next round, you'll approach the raft and board it.
Okay, sweet. Easy.
If it all goes well, right? However, now I'll have a rule later for the longer you spend holding your breath, it might be a disadvantage after,
Yeah, yeah.
Well, pretty well the first
Sure.
round. So next time, just to warn you, it's gonna get, because anyway. Next round, you'll be approaching the raft. Anyone else want to go first or second? Anyone else?
Wait,
Everyone
what?
else failed. If you succeeded, you can go act now.
Oh, yeah, I'll take my machete out and take a whack at the shark's face, try to get it off the Sundar.
There you go. So strength check, strength or less.
Success. 1 under.
Machete, D6 damage. Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, you strike it, cut it deep, but you see it's pretty scarred up, but you heard it. It's just let you guys know, yeah, it's a 3-hit die monster. It has 12 hit points, so now it has 10. I'm playing this game a little bit open this session, just to give you an idea how this works. You give it a good slash. And anyone else? Michael, I guess you failed your thing.
Yeah.
So the
Uncle
shark,
Levi, don't let it eat me.
it's gonna try bite your leg off. So give me a dexterity check,
Just wait for the voodoo. It's coming.
or pull you in, or bite your leg off.
It's
Oh.
gonna be
Failed.
great. If you think this sucks now, just wait.
4 points damage. How many hit points do you have? Oh, you have your AP.
Yes.
Don't forget.
We'll
You
say he
dial up.
sucked in some of the armor at that point.
You lucked out. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. His teeth caught something. So you now
I'll,
lost.
I'll yell back to Frank's character. Voodoo is not simply a substitute for effort. As I'm hacking away with my machete.
That's what it looks
He's
like to me.
eating me.
Oh no, it's too big to try and grapple or anything. We could never do this. Go ahead, do the voodoo.
Try ride it, Frank. I dare you. Yeah, that'd be fun. If you pulled that off, I'd be like, that's wow. The shark whisperer. Somebody was gonna. Are you gonna hit it again? Oh, we're done, right? The round. The shark acted. Anyone left?
Oh, I suppose I can swing at it, right?
Yeah, you sure can. You feel it crushing your armor, and next time it might.
No.
Well, not today. Anyone else? Okay, roll your dexterities, everyone. We're on like round 8, and you're approaching the raft. You can try to get on board, or whatever. You see there's thrashing going on. There's sharks attacking something on the raft. There's blood in the water. You can see that now.
Yeah, I want to get on. Yeah, I'm.
Well, you got the
Yeah,
crit, so you
I'll
can
stabilize myself.
So you make your swim check.
Okay.
And you won't have to hold your breath now because you're going to be surfacing unless you fail your
Right.
swim check. Then you have to make a
Okay.
breath check.
Success. Nice. Out of the water
Yes.
and into the frying pan.
So you're scrambling up onto the raft, and you see, there's a shark there, and it's attacking Sundar, and Quiver's there with the plastic wax thing, bonking it in the nose, or with her machete hacking away. And who's next?
I'll keep machete hacking.
All right. Make a strength check.
Crit.
That's double damage.
Right.
Wow. Wow.
The 6s.
Oh,
Describe how you killed this beast.
So as it has Thundar's leg in its mouth and it's like
What a
wriggling
roll.
around, I will jump up onto its head and just give it a deep slash right between the eyes, and then jump back onto the raft as it thrashes.
Wow, those cold eyes. And it slumps back and twists and turns, and you see brain matter coming out, and it's thrashing around dead. Well done.
Oh yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
grab it with my
awesome.
grappling hook and we can pull it on.
Oh, you grab it with your grappling hook.
Yeah, we pull it up on the raft and then looks like we're gonna have some sashimi.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
indeed.
perfect.
Now this might attract other prey, so you want to, or predators, so you want to move quick. So the
Exactly.
current's pulling you away. The thing's thrashing the other direction. So let's give a missile attack with your grappling hook to see if you can lasso that sucker and hold on to it as you're pulled away.
Alrighty. Yes, I do.
You guys have caught a 400-pound shark.
Told
At
you it's
least.
possible.
Yes, indeed, you gotta believe. And you've stabilized the raft. You got a wound on your leg, some good, good scars on that leg. And your armor's thrashed. It'll take you a full shift to try to fix that. Yeah, you're still muted, Michael, by the way. No, that was a close call. Some rolls there. Yeah, it would have bit your leg off. This thing did D10 damage on its bite.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's a lot.
On my next action, I'm going to tear off a bit of my shawl and make a bandage or tourniquet for his leg.
Well played. So you can give me a wisdom check to see if you can heal a couple hit points.
Fail.
All right. Well, you do manage to kind of, ow, ow, what are you doing? Ow, poke and prod. Yeah, so I'll put some salt in here.
Thank you, Miss Quiver.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to try these bandages that I made beforehand.
You have those?
I do have those. Here, they're right over here in my satchel.
Wonderful. Let's use those instead.
Well, for now, it didn't work. Yeah, but you did stabilize it, of course. So you're gonna have some jagged scars, and no thanks to Quiver, despite her best intentions.
Hey, I saved the leg at least.
I appreciate everything that you do for me, Miss Quiver. Every time I limp, I'll remember you.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could bite your leg off there or maim you if our killed you, of course. Rip your leg off, and bleed out and raft. It's a dangerous world. So anybody, go ahead. As you see that, yeah, Frank over there, Leviticus, he's anchored this thing's. You're dragging this shark through the water at the moment. Do you want to heave it up on your raft? It'll make your raft a bit tippy. It's a lot of weight at that point.
No, I moved to the center, so it's easier to dress out.
Seems big. At least
So,
400.
So there's a way that you can cut fillets off of it from the outside. I show everybody this.
Okay.
I do have a knife, and we'll cut some fillets off. Also, we'll be able to make some shark jerky.
Yeah.
Also, it's possible the shark skin could fashion as some sort of armor.
Yeah, if you had a tanning rack and.
That's what I tell Sundar anyway.
Yeah. You're so clever, Uncle. Can we do something with these teeth?
Now, also, every unit of debris.
Some rad necklaces.
Yeah, well.
The chicks will dig you.
You can expand your raft, by the way, if you want. Okay, so you can. I haven't crunched the numbers exactly yet, but I was going to say for every 4 pieces units, you can expand your raft by a foot on one side or so. Like, what I would do is I would just make it bigger. But anyway, that's something. Because right now it's pretty small. Anyway, so you haul this thing up and it's bleeding out and it's still quivering and jerking a little bit. These fish, when they die, they don't sit still often. So everybody give me a dexterity check to see if you get thrashed off the raft.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Success. Bye-bye.
Okay, the shark thrashes around suddenly,
Yeah, I failed.
and
I rolled. I'm sorry, I rolled the wrong
people are
thing.
swept off the raft. A lot of you, and into
There
the
we go.
water.
I still failed. Yes. Yeah. So, so I'm being real careful. I'm not looking at the shark at all, especially as I'm looking at the teeth that Sundar was pointing out. And I'm looking at Sundar as he's talking about the teeth. And then I feel something closing around my arm and leg. Why not? And then I'm like, what? I do a Mr. Bean off the boat.
And the raft, thrashes around. It's turned sideways, and it's going sideways along some current. And you see that the shark is gonna thrash off the raft. Is anyone left on the raft?
I'm on the raft.
So you
I'm
want
on
to
the
try
raft.
keep it on the raft?
Yeah.
You'd still lose the shark, as the rest of you are trying to scramble back on.
Well, go ahead. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, make a
not
strength
really
check.
trying to go after it.
Okay. Strength check.
Sure. If anyone wants to, this will tell me whether, the shark stays on the raft and the rest of you scramble up, you keep the shark. Let's just summarize that up, I think. But you guys, it takes another couple minutes as the shark thrashes a bit. You
I
realize,
made that by 11.
yeah, so you managed to put your hand in its gill. I don't know how you hold it there. It's like, no, you don't. Come here.
I got it, Uncle. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Well, it was
And-
tied to the mast.
Now, someone can give me a roll to see how much food you get from this shark. How many units of food is salvageable and so on? Quite a bit, obviously.
I'll roll
actually.
that. What is the roll for that?
If you're the forager, you would have it at advantage, so it'd be like a dexterity.
Yes.
check?
I'll roll the macro. Oh, there
Yeah.
was an error with the formula. Please try again.
Oh, the macro, I think is no. You have to put in a D20 there in that macro. I think is what it is.
Who has to? The guy who made the character?
Yeah.
I wonder who that guy was.
I don't know. Some underpaid,
All right. So how else do we
underappreciated.
want to do it? Why don't we just roll two D20s?
Sure, that works.
I got a 12.
No problem then.
Right. If it's
You-
Dex, yeah, it's no problem.
Yeah. So you could give me 5d4. That's how many units of food you get.
I like 5D4. 15.
15 units, and you need 2 a day. So this shark will feed you until the meat goes bad and stuff, right? Out
Well, I
here,
was going to jerk
unless-
it.
Yeah, you have to have like a rudimentary kitchen made. Like your raft has to get significantly bigger, or not bigger, but stable, and you have to find parts. I mean, it takes you, I would assume, something like 10 parts to make a rudimentary stove. And then you have to find wood. to
Sounds
burn
like
in it.
lies.
I
All
know.
right, that's fine. It's fine. It's your game. All right. I was thinking like a piece of plastic, we make, like camping stoves and
keep it
stuff,
simple.
camping ovens.
Burn plastic.
I can't believe camping ovens are like 10 pieces.
No,
But
so
I
an hour
didn't,
goes
I didn't
by,
read the rules.
or not even. So you're sailing, and are you going to keep going towards the smoke, or?
Oh, yeah.
away?
Well, yeah, I
other.
think so. I mean, because to us, that could almost be like an island, right?
Could be.
Campfire on an island or something.
And the smoke.
I mean, I guess I guess what is our opinion? Do we like people? Do we not like people? Is this the movie The Road, or is this
Sort of.
Cormac McCarthy's Waterworld,
Yeah.
or is there a hope?
Waterworld.
That's right. Yeah, I like people as potential sources of
Sustenance.
sustenance. Exactly. Yes.
Okay, so
I will
you
drink
guys,
their blood.
so you guys are like, yeah, let's go there, and then like I'm approaching it from a whole different angle, but we miscommunicate
Ahead
on
then.
that
Yeah,
aspect.
yeah,
and-
yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go right on ahead.
all right.
It'll be a fiasco.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I think a lot of this was nonverbal. I mean, I think, it's like, I think
You're
there's
thinking out
people
loud?
there. Yeah, I think some of this, I don't know that it's thinking out
And
loud,
Gills goes,
but,
oh.
right. I mean,
I hadn't
I
thought
guess
about that actually. I mean, I was assuming the group was together a few days and you hadn't eaten each other yet, like I said earlier, so that you
because
weren't.
I've been able to catch sharks
Yeah.
from time to time.
Push come to shove. The cat's still alive.
Probably worked on sharks together. Yeah, that's my wheelhouse as well.
We'll
Yeah.
cross that bridge. All right. So,
At the very
Yeah,
you
least,
harvest this.
if we do find something, I can stay on the raft and guard our stuff, and while you guys explore.
That's a
if
great idea.
necessary.
I'm gonna open up this case, see what's inside, huh?
Ooh, yeah.
Could be
I'm
anything.
gonna steer.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm a
Okay, and-
sailor now.
Let's take a short bio, everybody. It's I plan everyone got another hour or so play.
Yeah,
Good
I
hour?
think so.
Or so?
Sure.
Okay, well, and hope you're having fun. It's kind of first time running this Wasteland.
Yeah, I like it.
adaptation,
Yeah,
so
I'm
I'm
having
already
fun.
sold. I'm already sold. Yeah.
it's this first session. I have a plan a bit, but whatever. You guys don't have to go to the smoke. I have other plans and other events and other things you can run to. I got a random encounter
Awesome.
tables, for everything from cannibals on sea-doos to
The cannibals on a raft. I think
Exactly.
Multiple
all covered.
cannibals. Yeah.
or some sperm whale comes up, right? And or the shark was a roll, right? See if there was something at this reef, and it was like, oh, okay, I rolled the shark. There's a good chance it was there, and it was there, and so on. So I'll be back in a few moments, and we'll continue our sojourn successfully so far. One wounded character, a bit of a scare, and the briefcase. Yes,
Briefcase. Very excited.
in a briefcase.
Good fighting. I'm sad that I missed out on that fight, but that would have been fun. But oh well, I got some treasure.
Right.
was in
The
the-
shark fight?
Yeah, I'm sad I missed out on it.
What was in the briefcase again?
No clue.
Oh,
It's like we're never gonna know. It's like Pulp Fiction.
that's what I was thinking. Don't Pulp Fiction us.
Mutant Crawl Classics. You get a weird description of something you can't imagine what it is.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so the structure is passed, and the moments drift by as you've chopped up the shark and you've packaged it as well as you can, and you've rigged up some racks as best you could to salvage and let some meat kind of age in the sun, I guess, for the moment. And smoke's over there. You're still aiming that direction, keeping course. It seems like yeah, if all goes well, but you're gonna have to pass the evening now as you realize the sun is reaching dusk, and it's gonna go over the horizon soon. Anything you want to do while you still have light? You figure you have a couple hours left, maybe, so you can again fish, spot, so on.
I'm gonna spend the next 2 hours whining about my leg.
Yeah, sore. You can fix your armor, by the
Like
way.
any 13-year-old would.
You can try fix your armor.
Yes.
Yeah, if you
I
want.
will fix my armor and whine about my leg the whole time.
So you
Can I
make
assist
a
with
roll.
the armor fixing.
If you want to spend the time, these 2 hours, then you can give him an advantage on his roll.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. So you make I forget what it is at this point, probably a dexterity or intelligence. I'd have to look it up. Yeah,
Let's try
pardon me.
intelligence.
Sure. And you can
Woohoo!
roll. And so your armor's, you get your AP point back. And what are you doing, Bob, in these 2 hours? And Frank?
How? So I would be interested in making some kind of crafting some kind of like a hydration machine.
Yeah.
With those parts that I got.
Sure. Now, pardon me, I don't have the list compiled exactly. I know Wasteland Hack has one, but it's a bit different. I was going to adapt it. So for the moment, I'll say that that's a pretty simple structure in that it's not like elaborate mechanism or whatnot.
Okay.
It'll take 3 units to build,
Okay. I'll mark those on my sheet.
and on a successful roll, you build it in 2 hours, and it works.
Some might
Okay.
say that the exact things that go into a desalinating plant would also work for beef jerky or fish jerky.
Mhm.
And those people would be correct, but that's just people talking.
Okay. Is that an intelligence check?
Yes. And
Success.
Yeah, you
All right.
rig up this funnel system that has this arch on the top where the water evaporates up and then condenses down the funnel. And after a shift, you get like we'll see how many units of water. Could work pretty good. Could get up, potentially you figure up to 6 units of water in a full day. Or
That's great.
so anyone else, anything left to do with 2 hours time? Everyone else is busy doing stuff and fixing his armor, and as darkness comes down and you see the stars start to poke out, and if one of you could give me a 20-sided roll.
I'll
And-
use the leftover salt provided from the desalinator to salt the shark meat, thus preserving it that way.
Good idea.
I can get another unit of food out of that sometime.
Somebody keeping
That's-
track of food?
Did
That's
anyone?
my win right there. That's my
No.
win. I got
Someone-
1 unit of food.
Who's spotting? Who's on spot? If nobody's been on spot, you guys, anyone can make a spot check at disadvantage
I'll do that.
if you've seen anything or whatever,
That was
because
some
you're all unless somebody wanted to spend this time searching.
What
Uh,
if I have spot trouble at advantage? Would it just be regular then?
Yeah.
All right.
So yeah, you may as well roll then, because regular roll.
Is it wisdom?
Yeah.
I was
Okay.
I was
rolled with
drunk on my own
disadvantage and got a
power about the
success.
salt thing.
Okay, sorry, Hunter. Frank was gonna roll, but
Oh, okay.
this time I'll just say that you have a trajectory on the smoke. You look around and you see there's a school of fish, you think? Like there's we call them a bait bubble when I used to fish. You can see on the surface suddenly erupts a whole bunch of fish, and that means that there's a rich zone in that area.
Ooh.
But unfortunately, it's getting dark.
Right.
So unless you want to do some night fishing at disadvantage, yeah, so that's a bit of a setup. Sorry, Hunter. It's getting nightfall, but you could stay up at night and fish if you want, or you can rest.
I think I'll rest.
But if you hit a bait ball, though, you would be normally at advantage, and then of course night disadvantage would be a normal roll. Just to let you know. Yeah, so if you don't rest, somebody has to kind of, unless everyone wants to sleep, sleep and tie up the mast and say, point, go that way. You guys play. I'm scripting too much. Night falls, basically.
I'd say at every dusk and dawn, I do a little prayer-like chant for just good winds, good tides, things of that nature.
Okay, give me a disadvantage wisdom roll as you try to listen to the spirits and the wind, see what the Mother Sea is saying and so on. And
Failure.
you're troubled. You can't sense much as the sun sets. You always face the sun or face away. I'm not sure whatever your thing is, but you couldn't get a sense for the weather or anything. You're not sure. You shrug.
Okay.
Yeah. And anyone else going to stay up tonight? Anyone want to man the system or take shifts? You guys.
I prefer person. I'll person the late night shift. I'm monitoring my dehydration of the shark anyway.
Okay, so everyone else crashing? Finding a little spot on the raft, a little nook. Curl up the cat.
Before I do that, I want to try to open up the briefcase.
Ah, so yeah, it's been under there for a while. You realize, quite a while. But yeah, that's briefcase was the wrong word. It's more of a sort of waterproof container, some sense, but it has drawings on the outside, like some kid drew them. There's some stick people and what appears to be kind of a waves of water, an island sticking out of it.
Oh.
And you open the briefcase and it's wet inside. Unfortunately, the water's hit it. But inside you find the possessions of what was the person who lost this was apparently a young girl. And you piece together from some pictures, and there's a star and an island, and there's a big star above the island.
Okay.
And some patterns as well in other
I
stars.
want to show this to Leviticus and see if he can read it.
That's a good question. Is that an intelligence check or?
Sure. And there's
yes. Yes,
okay.
I can.
Interesting. Yeah, you old timer, you old sea dog. You recognize some constellations.
It's Orion there, and there's his belt and
And
Cassiopeia.
Oh no, that is Dogman. That is what? That is Dogman. And that is Sea Beast. He has his own constellation.
That's the
What?
Grand Refrigerator.
Right.
So, and there's the Great Bear and the Little Bear, and
there's some meds in here, a sealed container with meds. Okay, these will help. You see there's antibiotics, like that'll help stuff like if you're stung from a what do they call it, a tigerfish or something, right? Or jellyfish or poison snake. There's basically an antitoxin in
Okay.
here.
there's thalidomide and Vioxx. And
Yeah, there's two doses.
Okay. Cool.
There's also a waterproof gadget in here that you're like, what is this? And you pick it up, and it's about, well, you hope it's water. I jumped the gun. It's about 10 inches long, a narrow cylinder object that kind of like has a see-through kind of lens at the end. And Leviticus might recognize this.
it's
can
a
I look through it?
spyglass. It's a spyglass, is what it is.
Is it? All right. Yeah. I'll give to him. In exchange for a glass of water, I will.
It's actually a flashlight.
See, you look at it. Wait, this end's blocked up.
Zap.
Oh,
And
my eye.
Now, yeah, just a metagame. It's a flashlight, and it has a what I call is a D6 usage. So every time you use it, you roll a D6. If you get a 1 or 2, next time you roll is a D4. And then when you roll D4, if you roll a 1 or 2, the batteries are burnt out.
All right. Well,
So you put a D6 beside it, and that tells me that every time you use it, you roll a D6.
It's an electrification torch.
Yeah, and that's another rule system Black Hack, by the way, if you have things. And that's what we roll for food from now on. I forgot that. Oh, sorry, I dropped the ball there. Now that you guys start with D6 as your food ration, okay? Everybody, and in fact, you guys were starving, you guys start with D4. So at the beginning of the day, you'd roll D4. If you rolled a 1 or 2, you're out of food. If you don't, you still have food. I totally forgot. Now that you've recharged with the shark, I would bump that up to D6. I would say, okay, everyone starts at D6 now. You guys have now, so next morning, we'll all roll D6. If you roll a 1 or 2, you go down to D4. And in the evening, we'd roll again, if you follow. And if you'd have gone, it's a D chain, right? You go down at D4 being the lowest. And if you ever roll a 1 or 2 on D4, you've lost whatever it is. And this can go for torches. Torches, I think, are D6 and stuff like that. So every 10 minutes, you roll a D6 on a torch, and so on. And things you might seem unfair. You say, oh, we got a big shark. We got a whole hoarded a bunch of food. Let's say if you piled up a bunch of food, and I could say, okay, you got a D8 now. But if you rolled a 1 or 2, some of the food could have been lost overboard. Like the sea could have gotten rough in the night, and so on. Think of that. Oh, all of a sudden you realize a bunch of food spoiled.
And aliens.
And aliens. So that's the way this game works with that. And that works often with ammo as well. I'll say if you have a bow, but I might just give you a specific number of arrows as well. Anyway, that's Black Hack. It's a fun system. It's very simple. It's DM. Frank, he's muted. I can see your lips moving, Frank.
No, it's fine. It's great.
I know.
I'm enjoying it.
It's cool. It is fun. I like
I mean, I always wanted to be in the movie Waterworld, and now I am.
You're Kevin Costner, the grizzled sea dog.
Oh, it's Bob. Yeah, I don't know who I am. I'm not sure I appear in the movie.
So any thoughts?
I was cut because I was an uninteresting character, I think.
you were killed off screen.
You were a movie star.
Yeah.
So any thoughts as the sun goes down and you're looking at this paper, you have this thinking, you're looking through the meds and you're like, wow, look at this. And there's a teddy bear in there as well. And
throw it off
her
the raft.
diary, this is a woman, a
Can't
girl.
read it. Throw it off the raft. Throw it off the raft. Can't read it. Throw it off the raft.
No, well, the teddy bear or the journal?
Teddy bear journal. Throw it off the raft. Not interested.
Anyone want to stop
I
him or
wanna
grab it?
I wanna try to read it.
So he's going to chuck it off the side, and you stop him, I guess, and
Yeah.
I'll take that. No. Yeah, you're like, you see the meds. You want to chuck them?
No.
No, I'm keeping those. I'll keep those. I won't throw 'em.
The journal is kind of ruined, but you can make out that there was a girl named Jackie. She was this 11-year-old girl, and this was happened some years ago, and it describes about how the water came and there wasn't any time, and daddy was lost, and so on. And there's parts of it where the last entry is that there's a refuge, a haven, and blank blank stuff, and that's it.
Okay.
And you keep teddy bear.
I'm not gonna worry about that.
That's thrown off. Nope. Not bam. Gone.
Anyone else? Anything? As you summarize that, you're like, okay. Now the flashlight does work. You're like, whoa.
Does it work underwater?
Yeah.
I don't want it.
Well, at first, for a second, it does.
Yeah, it sure does work for a second.
No, it's waterproof. It's been under there for years. It's actually a pretty high tech flashlight. Pretty nice one.
Okay, well,
Keep it.
yeah, I'll keep it for now. We'll see.
He is a savage raider. So the evening goes on. It gets very dark under starlight. The weather. It's known as, you think you're in the calm season. It's known as, and that the storms are a bit dormant and things are predictable, so to speak. So the evening goes by, and you take your turns resting. After Frank does a shift, I don't know, are you gonna anyone shift with him?
I'll do a shift. Yeah, I'll
No,
shift
yeah.
Well,
with them.
Leviticus does the shift. Frank's the player.
Pardon me. And of course, who else? Anyone else?
Sundar will take a shift.
Yeah, be careful. Sundar, quiver is good. Excellent. Dusk comes up, and I'll just roll it forward. Like, I mean, I could, no random encounters in the evening. Things are very mellow. And as the light comes up, you look around and pan, and now you suddenly can all see a column of smoke. It's pretty obvious. You've gotten very close over the night, like surprisingly close. And whoa, there it is. And you realize that you could probably reach the source, quote unquote, of the smoke that day. Maybe even early after, hard to say. We'll have to make a roll. Whoever's in charge of the sailing for the morning. So to that point, what do you want to do for the next 4 hours? And just sum it up, and you can fish or sleep or
Can I repair my armor?
spot. Yeah, of course. Yeah, repair your armor. Make a dex or intelligence check.
Okay, and I do that
Successfully.
with advantage, right?
Okay.
No good. All right.
Anyone else want to do anything for? You figure it's going to take at least 4 hours to get near the smoke source, to the point where you might actually see what's producing it, perhaps.
Yeah, I'll find food and water.
So we're
Have,
we're all done resting, right? This morning.
Yeah, I'm just going to roll it forward. It's morning, and you've taken some shifts, and it was a quiet evening.
I'll man the rudder.
Yeah, I got a
Okay.
10. I did it.
Fishing or harpooning, hooking. Now there's stuff floating around. If you want to spend that 4 hours hooking things, if you're lucky, you can grab some stuff.
Oh yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, if there's flotsam and or jetsam,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll do that.
So when you
I'm gonna
succeeded,
keep watch.
okay, go ahead, Hunter. Or pardon me. You are. Oh no, you're quiver. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
That's wisdom.
Yep.
Okay. And I'm gonna be up on the mast.
Okay.
Okay, there we go. Crit success.
Your heart lurches in your chest, and your eyes widen, and you have to kind of pinch yourself and shake because you see, can it be? It's land?
Oh my goodness.
There's smoke coming out of some what appears to be something jutting out of the water. Um, you're not sure. I don't know, have you seen land before? Or it's been so long that you wonder, but it must be. It's a small island, tiny,
I'm
and it's
excited.
sticking up, and one side of it is producing smoke out of the tip of it.
I'll yell down from the mast. The smoke looks like to be coming from an island.
Okay.
Land ho.
Indeed. Get rid of this shark.
Miss Quiver says we're at land.
And, huh?
Yeah, smoking land.
We will take it. And he thumps his harpoon. Dum, dum.
So at this point, yeah, you can decide, you can still turn away or you can go toward the island. You can tell it's still to the northeast and the winds are more northwest. So it'll take some effort, but you think that, yeah, we could swing by this island and see what's producing the smoke. At this point, he could only see it and he just describes it. And everyone's excited.
Should we
This
go
is-
closer?
Of course.
Okay.
All right, so give me a a sail check, whoever's
That's good.
sailing. All right, and you're holding course, and yes, you will. Yeah, it'll work. We can swing by. And if anyone wants to give me a luck check, anybody, one person, give me a luck check.
What do you roll for that?
20-sided, and you want to get low.
I guess I'll do it if no one else is volunteering.
Go ahead.
12.
Okay, on the way there is a bit of you can scrounge up 1d4 units like of scrap,
Okay.
but you didn't make the roll. So while you're heading toward the smoke, you always scanning, and that was a luck check to see if something opportunistic float by or whatever.
Darren always likes to rub it in when you miss those rolls.
Yeah,
But
keep it real.
yeah, you didn't get it.
The hours tick by, and everyone sees the smoke, and now you can all see there's something sticking out of the water. It seems to be volcanic rock with some vegetation. There's some green. There seems to be a couple tenacious palm trees or something clinging on to the edges of this desperate chunk of earth that has defied Waterworld. And you're looking, and you realize now that there's a plume of smoke coming out of one tip of it. It might be it's too much smoke to be like a fire or something, or perhaps, but it's so much fuel, it must be, you're not sure.
It's
a lot of
whale
smoke.
oil, just like the old days.
Yeah, that's a lot of smoke.
Whale oil.
I think I'm gonna get some celery. They're planting there. I always wanted to eat celery. You know, I hated the stuff when it was around, but now that it's gone, can't get enough.
You're bobbing along the island, and everyone's kept pretty busy on the sails and stuff. As you realize that the currents here, there's get a little tricky. The wind's swaying. It's fighting you a bit. You're trying to keep that northeast, but everyone's on track, and you're looking as you get closer. the features start to be making out that the island is, in fact, at this point, the tide is low, and there's such thing as tide still. The moon's still around and such. Perhaps the tide's low. You see that the island is, in fact, two horns sticking out of the water. And I'll show you pick in a moment as you draw closer, as the features come out. And you guys have full sail and everything. And do you guys, are you sporting any colors? It's got the Jolly Rogers.
I don't think so.
No.
Probably safe to say.
Whoever "Make America Great Again" banner. I don't know. Probably not.
Okay, so creeping closer. Anyone want to do anything as you get closer? Not everyone. You realize one or two of you can do other actions. As it takes, I'm going to say it takes two of you, one at the rudder, one at the sails, and just keeping this thing. If you want to hit the island.
I don't know if I can do this.
No, it's all.
I'll work the sails if there's no one else there.
I don't know if I can do this. This is
Yeah,
close to land.
So I think what we want to do is figure out how many people we suspect are on this thing that we're looking at. Maybe you should show us, and then we'll sort of get an idea what we want to do next.
All right, the island comes in view, and there's some mists around it and the smoke and whatnot, so it was obscured somewhat, but as suddenly, you know, the old skull on thing in King Kong, as you guys come in, you realize you're going over reefs now suddenly. And it's like, oh, look out. And you have to move. Now, someone make a sail check to see if you navigate these sudden reefs that are sticking up and can snag your boat.
Is that going to be me? Am I the best sailor here?
Yeah, was ever at the rudder, perhaps, or
Yeah, well,
the
I think
spotter
you're the
could say
current
spotter,
sailor.
look out. Whoever wants to take it. So this would be a wisdom check.
I guess I'll do
Well.
that then.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hunter, of
Normal?
course, hits it and look out. And you manage to avoid getting snagged on some reefs and such, which could, who knows what. And then I'll open up. Now the scale may be slightly off. We have to shrink everybody a little bit, but up ahead, the island starts to emerge. Wait a second.
Ooh.
There's two tall butte-like pillars that stick quite a ways up, and the bottom part is normally submerged underwater. There's a bit of a wharf sticking out of the water there. You start to see structure. There are some people moving about on the shore. You see white, like they seem to be dressed or caked in white. These figures, you realize it might be dried clay or something. They have masks on. Big kind of bowl-like dried clay masks with round holes sticking out. And a
I'm
round
going
hole for the
to-
mouth.
I'm gonna reshape my wax to look more like they do than a shark.
Right. And there's a couple of them on the shore. They may have seen you, you're not sure.
Well, I'm waving at them.
Hey.
Hi. Hi. Oh.
Well, you really did a 180 on that. First, you got real nervous, and then now you can't wait.
Well, I was nervous because I can't navigate around close to land. I could sail
One
in
of them-
open water, but
Now
now we're
you're
talking people.
and you're probably about 200 meters away. All right. The island's a bit bigger than scaled here, so you guys just aware of that. there are structures around. They're kind of crude huts, kind of stick it out whatever places in the lee of the wind, out of the brutal nature. You see that this island is seen a lot of rough, of course, but it amazes you as you look at it. And there are some, yeah, like I said, tough palm trees sticking out, other foliage. You're not even sure. You're like, whoa. But this, you see one of the figures go running off around the corner and disappears, and the other one's just looking at you eerily with this weird white caked mask. He's naked. He has a couple harness across his shoulder, and there seems to be kind of tools and things and harnesses there, but he's buck naked pretty well, and he's just staring at you.
Hey, Darren, the scale looks pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, I
mean,
realize it's not bad. Yeah.
yeah. So okay, so it is pretty close to that size then, right?
Yeah, and I can actually show you the source of the fire appears to be the tip of one of these islands. Just has this plume of smoke. And actually, everyone make a Constitution check as there's this haze. I forgot to mention this, by the way. There's this rolling kind of, you realize there's this fine stuff in the air.
Hey, all
Ooh, all
successes.
success. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's got a smell. It's kind of flint, burnt, not pleasant. And the island is kind of blackened, and you realize now that there's something just spewing out of that tip.
It's Volcar.
Never seen anything like that before. Tell you that much.
Oh,
But seeing land is just, everyone's like wide-eyed too. So choices, what do you want to wish to do? One of these guys ran off, and he ran around the corner, and now I haven't shown all the features because you can't see them. It's a bit hazy. There's foliage, so you just have to bear with me. There's a few other things, but I will describe. There's a couple structures clinging to the top up here. Oh, give me a second. And you estimate that it would take you about, if everything worked well, you could actually reach the island if you want in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes tops.
I totally
the
think we
reefs are a
should.
little tricky. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I think we should. You guys have my back for death.
are these good
Ooga
people or
shaka.
bad people?
No, I'm sure they're fine.
We're gonna
We'll
trade
find
with them,
out.
right?
They're bad flatfoot people.
Well, that's everybody. All right, let's go see. I'm getting scurvy here with no fruit, so let's go see.
Mm. All right, toward the island you go, and where do you wish to land? It'd be easier to land on the south side, you realize, because the wind is going northwest, so you're actually tacking kind of. You're not making great speed. It would be more difficult to land on the southern face, and the northern looks like cliff-like. And the tide is down right now, but it's coming up. So in 4 or 5 hours, all that beach is water. And the
Well,
tides
looks
are
like
pretty
we-
extreme in the New World.
All right, looks like. Oh, okay. Looks like we have a dock there, though.
Yeah, and that dock is jutting really far out of the water. It's actually sticking probably 40 feet out. And you realize that tides are crazy in this part of the world. That tide must be crazy. The very tips of the island are maybe left unsubmerged.
Yeah. So yeah, well, I mean, I guess we just tie our lines long, so as the tide comes in, the lines tighten up.
Sure. All right, so moving along, plan is to actually dock. As you get closer, you see that there's people gathering around these huts at the top. You see that there's possibly close to, 6 to 10 people, perhaps. Mostly appear to be adults, some women, and they're coming down to the beach and they're waving at you. And most of them are wearing these white masks, like these clay masks. They're all wearing these clay masks with the
And
black
that's
holes
all?
for eyes.
That's it, eh?
Yeah, you figure there's anywhere 6 to 10. Hard to say. The smog and stuff. You're looking, and you see they're getting down down to the shore, and they're waving and stuff.
Give Sundar a knowing wink and a nudge. Wink and a nudge, eh?
All right.
I look
I'll move.
puzzled. Okay, are we trading with them?
Oh, yes. Genetic material.
Okay, Captain Kirk.
So you have 10 minutes to do something before. Now, where do you want to land? Do you want to try land at the wharf? You said.
Yeah.
Okay. Make a sail check. See if you can land at the wharf, or you might have to land close to the island or something. Now, the people are dark skinned, mostly naked, and they have tied around their elbows and knees. There's bands, and at the end of those bands, there's feathers tied. They have paint on their bodies, and I have some. And as you get closer, you see there's a couple outriggers.
Oh, okay. Canoes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So when we get closer to the dock, I can use my grappling hook to make sure that oh my God, they were stealth. They suddenly appeared.
Yeah, I forgot to unstealth them. There's two outriggers, and you see these guys, and they have spears, and some of these have atlotls with them as well, which are these thrusting sticks that you can throw projectiles with.
Yeah.
And
that the Aztecs used.
And about 4 of these are along the wharf, and one of them has a rope out, and he's like ready to grab your thing. He's like, yeah. And a couple of these are up on the ledge here.
They seem welcoming.
Yeah, and we have some stuff to trade. We could trade fish for coconuts.
You guys get closer. Oh, wait. Oops. All right. So as you get close, they throw a rope out. And you look over and you see along these steps going up to this path here, there's a bunch of kind of totem sticks and whatnot, and on them are tied there's a bunch of skulls.
Skulls.
These are your kind of people, Gills.
And you see that just these clay masks, and these guys have clubs and obsidian daggers, it looks like. Body paint.
They want to
Did somebody
throw us in
grab the rope?
volcano.
Oh yeah. I'll grab the rope.
Okay, they start to pull you in.
I'll cleat it off.
And they wait for a minute, step back, and the one steps forward, and his mask has the bottom half is kind of painted black, and he gestures for you to come.
Yeah, and I'll offer him some rations, some shark rations.
Oh. All right, do you have, okay, give me a moment. And you put them down on the wharf, and he's like, "Oh, you come from the sea," he mutters from his mask. Do you worship the hot one?
All right, Paris Hilton, here we come. I don't know. What year is this?
Yeah.
Come with us, and we will show you the hot one.
I want
I assume they mean
2050
the sun
Paris
or the
Hilton's.
volcano thing.
Oh, you think that's what it is?
The volcano thing, yeah.
Curse of Volcar.
Yeah, the fire, big giant fire.
Take
Something's
me
causing all
to
that smoke.
Paris Hilton. All right.
There's no Paris Hilton, just the hot one. Come, we show you.
Welcome to Hot Ones.
If it's a bunch of chicken wings, this is gonna be great.
And he turns and gestures toward the stairs going up.
Yeah. Yep, that sounds good. All right. I'm going up.
I'll go too.
I'm taking my conch shell.
All right. Anyone
This is
else?
going to be a party.
I'm staying on the ship. Fuck that. I'm staying on the ship. No fucking way.
And you're looking. Okay, so the four guys go with you, and they kind of seem to lead the way, and two go in front, two go in back. And as you head up to this area, you see that there are some women and children that have been hiding in the rocks up here. And everyone has these, well, you think they're women and children because, well, they have these masks on their face. You haven't seen their faces, but they have them. And then they seem to be hiding and peering around from rocks, looking at you suspiciously as you come up to this area here. Now, can you move your avatar, by the way? Can anyone move your avatar? So they take you, there's this, it's this funky looking, everything's getting creepy now. You look around and you see the totems of, there's a lot of dead animals and stuff that are
Are there any
emaciated.
live animals?
Nothing's alive on this island.
So there's like, I'm looking at grass. Is there grass?
Yeah, but it's stunted and
What about
sparse.
coconuts? Do I see coconuts?
You look at the palm trees and yes, but they've been harvested.
So that's no. There's no coconuts.
Yeah. So everyone but Gills, follow them. Okay, so you guys move up in this plateau, and this seems to be an area that they have set up, and in between the nooks and crannies of the rocks, they've set up whatever lean-to and desperate hovel and shelter, and it's decorated mostly by stringy gross stuff and skulls of whatever
Made from their
creature.
own hair, their own body hair.
Indeed. And they
Terrific.
get to this, and then they point across at this other hovel. He goes, "That's where hot ones live. Forbidden place. You go?"
Well, not if it's forbidden. Is it forbidden or am I supposed to go there? Can't be both.
She wishes to talk.
So I am supposed to go, and so it's not forbidden for me?
You go. And he's getting mad.
So am I.
I'm confused. Are we
I-
supposed
I-
to go or not?
They
go.
part,
I
and they
go.
go across
Quiver,
the bridge.
talk to these people. Show them some of your hoodoo.
I just want to do what's right.
Who wants to go across the bridge?
I
As
will.
they part, and the kids kind of scamper around, and you see a couple kids kind of taunt each other. There's probably about 4 kids or so, and they look freaking ferocious with those masks, but they try to come forward and touch your guys' hems or something. It's very creepy.
I touch their hands. I'm happy
Quiver.
to touch their hands.
Give me a wisdom check, disadvantage.
I give them gum.
You recognize
Rich American.
a lot of signs of
Chick-fil-A.
yeah, go ahead.
Success.
You get now. What sets it off? What is that alarm system that you've developed as a witch when you know that there's dark voodoo?
It's probably a bad smell that I pick up. I can
Yeah, I get this like miasma
Mm.
kind of mystical scent.
This place is giving you a bad smell, but there's something that whiffs in the air, though. That there's something. You look at the totems now and the skulls. It's not Frank's, Mexican. Back up. It's you see a pattern in the skulls and the way these people, they're cursed. These people are twisted. They're cursed. There's a hex on them.
Hmm. Does it seem like the kind of thing that I would be able to interfere with or dispel that kind of deal?
Possibly. Yeah, you just realized it now, and that smell came suddenly, and you almost had to gag, kind of hork and spit. It's like
Does I sense like the source of the spell is from the hot one and the
you're
over
not
here?
sure it's this whole place, but it's where's Mumbles, by the way? Sorry to.
I left Mumbles on the boat, on the raft.
Oh dear.
I'll
No,
watch him just in case I get hungry. I'll watch him.
back to Quiver. You got this sensation. You haven't said anything because you see these four guys that kind of they're watching you, and you sense you can't sense any of these white masks, these black holes are scary as fuck. Excuse my language.
I'm gonna make sure not to get too far away from Levi and Sundar. I'll tell
So-
them that I'm picking up bad voodoo vibes from this place. These people appear to be cursed by some sort of dark magics.
Dark magics.
It is possibly something I could help with, but I'll need you to protect me just in case. I don't know what could happen.
So the guy with the black hack, he seems impatient now, and he's like, you go. She waits. You see.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go see.
So we're going now?
Yes,
Yeah.
we're gonna go see the Grand Flamer.
And there's two guys follow you, including the guy with the half black mask.
Does the stench get stronger in this direction?
But they stop at the end of the bridge and
Oh.
don't go any further. And he just points toward this crude staircase cut. And yeah, Levi's up there already. And as you head up there, it gets real hazy. This one's pretty high, and you're in the smog. Everyone has to make a Constitution check, please. And hold on, back up a little bit. Yeah, you're not up there yet. Hold on, you're right down here.
That's what you say.
I failed my
Yeah.
con check.
I didn't.
So you're hypersensitive to this Quiver. Why? It's something's. But Levi, you
Making
get
me
close.
choke and giving bad vibes.
Pardon me.
Why'd you
Yeah.
put me on top of Sundar? Is that part of the ritual?
Pardon me.
If you want it to be.
It's a Nambla thing.
Oh, uncle.
There's a naked figure.
I don't think we need that. Is that me or is that Sundar?
There's a
Who's the
naked,
naked
figure on
figure?
the stairs. It's a female,
Well, that's
Uh,
good news.
I
completely
avert my
naked.
eyes.
Her mane of black hair flows down past her, to her knees, flows around her body, and she's walking down the stairs toward you. And her eyes glaze, and she seems to have no ill effect. Did anyone fail that Constitution check?
I did.
So you kind of have a fit, like where you're overcome with this intense, bitter, acrid smell in this in the back of your throat, and you start coughing, and you lose 1d4 Constitution points temporarily.
Oh boy.
If you go to 0, you die. By the way.
-1.
And pardon me, give me 1 second. I need a moment to get something. This naked figure comes forward and she's gesturing and writhing in like this sinewy manner. It's quite incredible. She seems quite beautiful, flowing and twisting.
So far,
she-
so good.
And she's singing. All right, so how do you react? For a moment, I'll go back to the raft. Gills. You're looking at the cat, and the cat is walking around your feet, rubbing against your leg, and purring. And
Sure.
he wants pets apparently, and you're like, And there's two
Yeah,
guys
I
up
just
on that
push it away
ridge.
with my foot. Get away. Yeah, I go ahead.
Mhm.
That's it.
Yeah, you want to do anything?
No,
Mhm.
I'm keeping an eye on them though, is what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm just watching them.
These two creepy figures are just
Yeah, but I'm trying to like reverse intimidate them.
Okay. Give me a
So you're trying to
charisma
seduce
check.
them then?
Give me so
No, I
what,
mean,
what
like,
is your
they're
what do you
trying-
What is
do?
reverse
So,
Some
intimidate?
sort of peacock move? What's your peacock move?
Yeah,
Like counter intimidate.
counter intimidate. Yeah.
I'm serious.
Counter
And then
intimidate.
make a charisma check.
I'm just kind of standing there menacingly like a Bond villain. I have the cat and everything.
Right, the scar on the eye and
Yeah,
Charisma.
You're like
I
Blofeld.
he has a mean look to him. He looks
Ernst
like a mean
Stavro
devil.
Blofeld. Yes, that's
He
true.
gives him that Kubrick stare, and man, he locks onto him. We'll be pissing their pants.
Okay, give me a charisma check.
Yeah, okay. I have some kind of bonus. I think it's a +1 because I'm a terrorist of some sort. Yeah, I think that's it.
I don't know if that's the archetype.
And I fail.
The body language of one becomes agitated, it appears, and he comes storming down the stairs toward you.
Okay.
And he'll be there maybe next round. He's I don't know, angry is the wrong word maybe, but he's coming down there in a hurry.
Fuck around, find out. I'll get this guy. Bam.
Okay. Now this naked figure, pardon me, I don't have the avatar, is walked down the stairs and appears to be walking amongst you, or it appears to be about to walk amongst you of its own free will, and it's singing in a beautiful voice. Really surprising. Her eyes are red, and her hair is black, and she's sinewy and naked. You guys want to do anything?
Does she smell cursed?
You tell me. You guys can act or not, or just see what she does. At this point, she's singing, and she's very alluring. Very alluring.
So what would the process be of trying to interfere with this curse magic?
I don't know. You tell me. Sorry, sorry, Quiver, but that's your call. Are you a dark voodoo person or a light white voodoo person? Or I mean, there's sort of a good and bad element to this universe as well. I mean, if you're a cannibal, you've sort of, gone down that road.
I would not say that I've ever cannibalized. My magic is probably close to like neutral gray, but leaning slightly towards white.
Okay.
She's a center-left Democrat.
So you can, okay, I'll let you go with this, Quiver. It's how do you interpret this? I've given you some hints. This is, you reckon there's dark voodoo here. You can make up stuff at this point, Quiver, too. in
Okay.
Black Hack, right? It's like, I don't know your background, right? This is an opportunity for you to, what I mentioned earlier about going up a level,
Yeah.
to possibly
Okay.
link something to that. So I'll give you a moment, and as you see that there's something up, and you realize, I'll give you a wisdom check right now, Quiver, to see if you recognize perhaps what she's doing.
Okay. Success.
She is casting voodoo right now.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I want to ask.
On the three of you. it appears.
Yeah, I want to ask Quiver. Is she one of the Loas?
The fuck is a Loa?
What kind of
Yeah.
voodoo priestess are you?
Um,
The hell? Okay, so is she a voodoo goddess?
She's at least casting some right now. Be wary, and I'm going to be reshaping my wax figure to more closely match her appearance.
Okay, she sees that, and everyone make a initiative check because she's casting a spell, and we're in action now. So dex checks, and I'll move briefly to Gills. You see this creature is storming down the wharf, and has pulled out what appears to be a club with a kind of obsidian jagged points in the end.
Okay.
Gil's been waiting for this all day, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Okay,
you can
yeah.
make a dex check as well. Anyone succeeds
Yeah, I
goes
did.
before.
Yeah.
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 So you can act first, and you're close enough.
Um.
Now in this game, you can move up to a certain amount and still act, or act and then move up to a certain amount. And I'm pretty sure it's 60 feet.
Okay. Well, I want to. Um. Yeah, sure. I'll move up here, and then throw my harpoon at him.
Just kill him. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
He's clearly being
Do
aggressive.
you have the
I think
rope
he's being
attached or
aggressive.
not?
I would figure that would be the go-to thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're
That's what I
ready.
think.
So normal attack. Then it's your move first. You throw your harpoon at him.
Okay. Um. Okay. Is that a? Do you think that's a? What kind of roll is that?
That's your harpoon. Did I give you that on your character? Hold on.
Yeah. You did.
Yeah, it should be macroed. That should work.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm certainly. Am I rolling under something?
Wow. Well, it gave you a 2. Yeah, you're under your for agility or dex for a missile.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Now,
So
I
I
was going to say
succeed.
you're +2 because having something to attach to it, but that's still a success. So your harpoon hits him, and describe what happens as roll d6 for damage,
Nice.
and the creature has to make a dexterity check or be harpooned.
6.
Ooh, nice.
Oof.
Describe what happens as this character dies.
He's was he clearly like aggravated? Was he
It looked
coming?
like it. He had his club out and he was running to come and.
Yeah, he pretty much runs into it. I really don't have to do
Oh wow!
too much, and I just take him by the chest and I kind of pull him forward like all the way.
Oh, and you pin him right center mass, and he just right drops the club. It's right through the heart, and he
You kind of
lurches
fished him
forward.
in with your spear. It was just like, yeah, you've done this a million
Now,
times.
You gonna
This is an
drink his
issue
blood?
because your harpoon's hooked now in him. I was gonna give you a chance to flick it loose.
No, I want to pull him in. Yeah,
All right,
exactly.
you pull him. Okay, give me a strength check. You can yard him onto the raft.
Okay. Well,
If you fit in, but he might fall in the water. He's 170 pounds or whatever.
probably will. He probably will.
And you see he's full of scabs and stuff. By the way, you guys, I forgot to mention this. You guys notice these people are sickly.
Oh,
they're
now we notice
So maybe
that?
it's a good thing that I failed. Okay, I
they're
failed.
covered
I
in
didn't
this
get a
white
one.
chalk.
Yeah.
It's hard to see.
Oh,
right?
okay, okay.
There
All
you go.
right, fair enough.
Yeah.
I just don't remember when I missed that perception roll, but
So
okay.
he
that's
falls
fine.
in the water. Badoosh. And the other guy, though, you see is like next round. He's obviously, he grabs that auto mechanism thing. He's arming it. He's going to shoot it at you.
Oh,
next
great.
round.
Oh, that's not good.
Meanwhile, back at our other three, Sundar, Levi, and Quiver, this alluring woman walks through you. Anyone make their dex check?
Yeah,
All
I
three of
think
us
we
did.
all did.
Yeah.
Does it go like the better the success, the faster you go, Darren? Is it ordered that way?
Yes, potentially, but you guys can decide. But let me think a minute, because you guys, I was going to give you this. Pardon me, give me a second. I have to think for a minute. No, go ahead. You guys can act.
Okay.
Okay, because I'm kind of thinking, I'm sort of spinning my grappling hook. I can maybe grab her, pull her down, and then Sundar, the boy warrior, can just toss her into the volcano then.
Yeah.
So
Okay, give me a
I'm
dex check.
fine.
See if you can attempt to grapple her with your.
But so I give a look at Quivers though, because Quivers sometimes has a hoodoo
Yeah.
plan.
Do I have the wax figure ready to go at this point?
Ooh, if you make a dexterity check, I'll say you are.
Okay.
You're a bit behind.
Success.
You have it ready.
All right. I am going to try to interrupt her spell by just trying to dump as many good vibes into this figurine of her as I can.
Okay. Sorry, say again. Your intent?
I'm gonna try to like interrupt her voodoo magic by just like channeling good vibes, good voodoo
Okay.
vibes into
You
this
are
figurine.
in her element, is what I'm
Oh,
getting
boy.
at. Yes. So you're at disadvantage.
Okay.
So this, and you were choking,
Mhm.
right? Remember, you failed your thing.
Yeah.
So you're very much disadvantaged. You're coughing. Your eyes are bleary.
Oh, fail. By one.
And you tried to get your wax figurine together in time, and it looked blobby. What happened? It was just,
Dang it.
And you realize it's not her true form.
Oh. I'll alert the others. Careful with the harpoon. That's not her true form.
Anyone else?
Oh, that's interesting. So glancing around, do I see a different form?
No, at the moment. And Quiver's coughing and stuff. It's something's wrong, different form, and action's happening. You just see this alluring woman who's twisting and
Well,
gyrating.
let's see if I can trip her with my grappling hook.
Oh, make a dexterity check.
All right, then I shall. Oh, I think Quivers is right.
Wow.
There's
What happened?
voodoo
It's just,
afoot.
yeah, you realize it's just she's alluring, and the smoke and stuff. It's thick and it's hot too. You realize as you get up here. All three of you realize that you're being spun, and your eyes are twirling, and the smoke you're inhaling, and her alluring touch. You'll have to make intelligence checks.
Oh boy.
All three of you.
Good.
Oh yes, we all succeeded.
You feel for a moment there was this sense of a sense of belonging, of wanting to become Ah. And then you all, whatever, shook your head, you coughed, suddenly, perhaps, quiver. Sundar, you're young and you're like, I'm scared and aroused at the same time. And you stumble back, but you shake your head and your nose is stung. Levi, you're like, I've been in the Panama before. And you shake it off as you realize that
Phrase only he uses.
you all see a haggard, thin wisp, young, emaciated thing in front of you now. It's so decayed and leprous. The stench now becomes obvious. And there's a mask on this creature as well, but this mask is black. And this shriveled, you suddenly see this woman for what she is, her shriveled breasts, emaciated, hunchbacked form as she spins and hisses at you. Oh, pardon me, she has no mask. This woman with her categorized eyes. No. And the two warriors here are rushing forward now. 3 warriors, pardon me.
Good luck, boys.
Is it the next turn now?
Yes.
Sweet.
Well done. None of you fell to her charms. All 3 of you made that. Wow. Let me double check, Frank.
Go ahead. Make my day.
Make my day. So, next round. Everybody roll dexterity. You know the routine. If you succeed, you act first. If you fail, you act after. Now, these guys are... The woman shrieks. She's yelling, "Kill them! We will have their hearts."
Called it.
Sundar, throw her into the lava. Throw her into the volcano.
She's gestating
Okay,
with her
I'm off.
hands, and she's throwing a powder in the air. She's going to try do that. So give me 1 minute, everyone. I'll be back. Short bio, and we got a little bit left in us, right, guys?
All right.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right, be right back.
Yes, I'd like to see if Sundar throws her in the volcano.
Yes.
Well,
Well, I like Gil's position. That's a strength position. I'll
yeah,
just-
you guys better hope
Yeah.
I don't get in too much trouble. I'm cutting rope
Yeah.
and sailing off.
Oh man.
And if there's no padlock on this cleat hitch the old man did, it's Sayonaraville. Dude, I'll leave a little piece of fish for each of you, though.
Yeah, right.
Bye, Mr. Mumbles.
Yeah, my cat. This is my cat now.
If only we had a boat big enough to have rats. Mr. Mumbles could be a mouser.
Yeah, I'd rather have a rat. We'll be all right.
I totally thought we were gonna run into Darren's background in this game. And then
Yeah,
he's
yeah, I
like,
was
yeah,
surprised,
there's
yeah.
like 2 horns. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess.
Oh yeah.
I don't know which one would be more disappointing. It is kind of nice having an island, but one that's polluted with volcanic fallout.
Yeah, this place is cursed.
Well, that's good.
Literally.
Yeah, the voodoo done it himself.
Okay, I made one big mistake.
I believe it.
Yeah,
You don't have to tell us.
What?
He always does. He's compelled. That was a
I mean,
spell I cast on him many years ago.
yeah. No,
The
and
honest GM.
I just flipped my sheet over on my notes, and I realize now why these guys never came over to the island. Besides her and her ground, because her lover is here.
Huh?
A large ape.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and cut my losses here.
Oh, no.
Casting off. Yeah, so I don't mean to be
Castaways.
unfair. Yeah,
We are
we had a
castaways.
awesome session. So I just saw my notes. I'd completely forgotten the session I'd been working on. Anyway, for now, the ape is not here, and there's 3 guys you have to deal with.
They're all chanting Kong for some reason.
Mm,
No idea what it means.
no, I dropped the ball there because I just saw that. I was like, God, shit.
I don't know if that's the case. If this is a sufficiently powered encounter, which it has been,
Oh, and it is.
then then maybe we don't need
But
the ape.
they would have never come onto the island, so you could have defeated the ape and the mistress, and then you would have been the new masters. of
Maybe the
island.
3 guys are just as bad as the ape. So now you've rewritten it. Now it's your
Yes.
own.
Indeed.
Now you get your own writer's credit.
Co-credit, Frank.
Co-credit. You're part of the design team now.
Yeah. All right. So, who won their initiative?
Yes.
I did not win.
Anyone want to go yet? Who won?
I do.
Yeah, Mike critted.
Yeah,
So-
just the
Right.
one.
Oh, okay.
Nice turn.
So Mike, you see that this has suddenly turned into this old crone with shriveled husk of a body and grotesque, toothless grin, and she shrieks and spins at you. She has more powders in her hands that she's throwing.
I'm picking her up. And
Grapple.
I'm gonna grapple her. Is that
All
a
right.
strength or dex?
Yeah, strength, and it's against her strength. Or an attribute. Okay. In this case, when you grapple somebody, it's a competition move. So you basically,
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna rule it that way, but her strength is very low. So you got an 11. She has to get. Wow, she's a wiry one. You can't grab her.
Ah,
She had like 5 strength. It was 15 against 5. She's remarkably strong and
So
wiry.
how does the difference in strength affect the like rolls that they make?
Well, the way I ruled it was that we basically each made a roll, and her strength is 5. Yeah, that's a good call. There's a grapple rule in this game. I have to look it up real quick.
oh my
Oh.
God! Shades of Boot Hill.
Yeah. Flashbacks.
Yeah, so for the rule, she
You
rolled
said
a 2.
this was easy.
Yeah. She's a wiry little thing. Squirmed away.
I don't know. Now I want to know the real rules.
Anyone else got to go before she goes?
Yeah, I failed.
First run. Okay.
I
Anyone
failed, so
else
I'm going
succeed?
after she is.
And how about you, Bob?
I failed. I'm going after.
Okay.
I
So
fumbled.
the guy's dead. Now, do you want to let him go? He's still attached to your harpoon. Just so you know.
Yeah, I'll let him go if I can.
Okay, give me a dex check as you see a projectile coming flying down toward the raft at you.
Great. Okay.
It's the monkey.
No, please no. Great.
Wow. You could probably catch it with that.
He Neos. He's like the Matrix.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you easily, I don't know, you make it look like, yeah, whatever. You're still strutting from your
It's
move.
like a freaking Thor's hammer. Going right back.
Wow. And this guy kind of steps back. May affect him somewhat. Back to the others. No one else can move. So these other guys, they charge forward. That's their move. They're going to be here next round.
Okay.
They basically, these three, they're like, Mistress needs us. Now she, however, give me one moment. She throws this mist in the air and it expands out and she curses out in this tongue, the blackness take you all. And the whole area is, your vision is cut off. Like this cloud turns into this black shadow.
Cast darkness.
Yes. And you're not sure where she is or whatnot. So anything is at disadvantage, of course, at least. And that's her action. Anyone can act now. So Sundar, Levi, and Quiver, you're in blackness. And you see it, you sense it. And Quiver, you can tell she's manipulating the smog and stuff in this area, right? And
Yeah.
harvested the elements of death.
You know what? I am going to snort some coke and pull out my machete.
About time.
Nice. Rwandan justice. Here we go.
All right, so that's your action, kind of. And yeah, so you pull it out and you guys hear this and boom.
And walk closer to the steps.
Okay. Yeah, you can still move as well after with an
How
action.
far can I move?
Up to 60 feet, I think.
How much is a hex on this?
10 feet?
Okay. I'll move like to here then.
All right. And yeah, you're like all of a sudden, woohoo. Who's next?
That's probably me. So if everything went dark, I'm gonna start just heading downhill. I should be able to figure out where downhill is.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna start whipping my grappling hook around. So
Okay.
it'll find a target one way or another.
Nice.
Okay. Make a disadvantage attack. If you get a crit fail, you're gonna hit Sundar.
Okay. Let's see. Is there a
But you
macro
come
for that?
stumbling like, oh, and you're coughing out of the darkness, and you move forward, swinging your grapple, and you see something blurring in the darkness, and you can make a disadvantage attack at this thing.
Okay. Well, okay. All right. I don't know exactly. So do I just roll dexterity twice, you figure? Because you don't have a macro for this.
Yeah, and then take the worst result. No, I don't have all that shit figured out yet.
Well, that one's a fumble.
You hit Sundar.
But that one was a success.
Yeah, it's a disadvantage though. You hit Sundar, so roll your attack. So
I don't know what that is.
you hook Sundar, D4 in the grapple.
Okay, I don't know.
The
There was
blur
an
in the
error in the
shadows
form.
was Sundar. That was the worst roll.
Uncle,
All
what have you done?
Now Sundar, if you could make a dexterity check to see if you're grappled. D4, Frank. D4.
Well, okay, I don't know. I'm trying to use
Ooh.
your character sheet that you made.
You're
It's not
grappled.
my
Sundar,
fault
so
that
you're
it's
disadvantage.
defective.
Oh,
Ooh. All right. So
3
Sundar,
points?
yeah, 3 points damage.
Ow. That finds a lung.
And who's next?
I got him. Sundar, I got him.
Oh dear.
Uncle, gurgle.
You can still act, Mike.
Yeah.
First thing I'd like to do is pull
You
this
can
barbed
untangle
treble
yourself
hook
or
out of my
attack or
body.
move. Just so you know,
I
Mike.
acted before. I remember
Oh, okay. Anyone
Yeah,
left to
he
act
went
this round?
first.
Pardon
yeah.
me. Anyone? Next round.
Yeah, I'll act. Yeah, I'll act.
Yeah.
I'm gonna. I'll get on the pier. I'm gonna get on the pier. Get about right here.
And the other guy
And-
is reloading his weapon.
I'll get right here. Yeah, I want to try to harpoon him.
All right.
Okay.
Gills.
Go Gills.
Success.
Oh wow. Okay. So roll damage. Where are you shooting him?
Chest. Going straight for the chest.
Nice.
The D6. 3.
Oh. Okay, you hit him, and you hit him in the lower kind of chest, and he goes to grab it. Now give me a dex check to see if you can hook the barb.
Okay. Yeah.
Give the rope a
let's do it.
flick.
Success.
Okay, you got him hooked, and he's trying to pull the barb out. He's who's and he's
That's
at the edge of
exactly
the
what I
cliff
wanted to
too, and
happen.
you're like,
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. Yep.
but anyway, yeah, and he's and he's a bit desperate. So everyone's acted this round, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay. So let's do that dex thing, everyone. And it's getting near. Oh, okay. We'll do another round. It's a big round.
Success. Nice.
When for the coke, when it says I have advantage to agility, does that include? Does that like all dexterity checks? Is that,
No.
what's
For
the deal?
which advantage?
The cocaine.
Oh, yes. Yeah. When you're on that. Oh yeah.
So I get advantage on initiative.
Oh yeah. You're like, I'm ready to go.
Nice.
Still
Damn.
failed.
You drop some. You're like, damn it. Just drop it. All right. Whoever succeeded, you know the routine. You may act.
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah. So I'm still walking down, walking tall. So I'm still moving down. And
Yeah. And now you break out of the area. If you move out of this, it's basically around Sindar. It's the 2 hexes away from Sindar is the black zone. If you step into that
okay.
area, yeah, you're free.
All right. So I can just do legit attack,
Yep.
which I guess is a success. So then I just do my D4 damage.
Yeah, and you're using your grapple hook.
Yeah. So I'm attacking at some range.
Do you want to hook your grapple or just bring it back?
Yeah, I'm just bringing it back. Basically, I'm just trying to keep them away from Sundar throwing Quiver into the volcano.
Nice.
Throwing me in.
Quiver.
No, I'm sorry, I said
Yeah,
Quiver.
you hit this guy and he kind of.
It's because Darren doesn't have the figure for the villain.
If you
on
wanted to
here.
grapple this guy, he would be at disadvantage to action and stuff, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So you
I know what
hit
I'm
him.
doing. You didn't think I could take the shark, but look what ended up happening.
I know.
You give me this bad advice all the time. I never
Egg on
take it,
his
and then I
face.
win and succeed. I go on to
Nice.
win and succeed. That's the Leviticus way.
It's so stubborn seaman.
Yar.
Yo
Yar.
ho ho.
Who's next?
Yeah, I'll go. I just want to pull this guy down.
All right.
Strength.
Yes.
Oof. Major failure.
All right. Now I'll give him a check to see if he can pull the thing free. No. You're both yanking at it.
Okay, that's all right.
Unless you want to do something else, you just say, "Oh, I still got you." Reel you in, fishy. All right. Who's next? Anyone before they go?
Oh, I failed.
Same.
Okay, so Quiver. Suddenly, somebody is trying to bite your face off. This woman is just give me a dexterity check so you can avoid her thrashing. She tries to bite your ear off.
Come on. Failure.
Ah, you realize in agony, you shriek back as the side of your face erupts in blood and you take 3 points damage as this shriveled crone is just clawing at the side of your head, shrieking.
Okay.
Uh,
Do I get to go now, or did that?
no, I'm gonna let this guy go over here against Levi. So Levi, give me a dexterity check as this guy, you come out of the blackness and he kind of reacts and tries to stab you with this kind of obsidian dagger.
Right. I think I overextended on that, trying to take his head off with my grappling hook.
Mm.
I'm like, oh, that only works against Sundar. Apparently.
It's true. Dexterity roll, please.
Yeah, I did. I failed. Right. So.
Okay. So you take 4 points damage.
So okay. So he made his roll though.
He doesn't roll. You roll a dexterity check.
Oh, okay. I see.
Now, do you have
okay.
armor points? Do you have armor
with it.
points?
I do have a couple armor points.
Okay, you can use one to negate that damage.
I'll use one.
Yeah.
Does that mean I only have 2 armor points now? I'm sorry.
Two
I
or
started with
one.
2.
Yeah, you have
Oh, I
one
have
now.
one.
Yeah, and so he gets your armor and uses that up. By the way, that's how Black Hack works, everyone.
And rips part of it away.
Yeah.
All right. Very
Now,
well done.
roll again, as in the other guy runs up and with a club tries to dummy you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, dex check.
Yeah, he does not. I
Does
quickly
not.
avoid that with the splintered pieces, the armor going in the air. Maybe he flinches a little bit from that.
Now, the third person, now you're out of the darkness, so he jumps you too. Make another dex check.
Yeah, I have no problem with this. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you're
So,
dodging
yeah.
around and
Well, that's part of it, is that I want to keep them at distance with the grappling hook. So that's what's going on. They are being kept at distance. Between that and my exploding armor.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give me a dexterity check. If you succeed, you've kept one at bay at least.
No.
All right, they're all there, hacking away at you. Now this guy, he missed. All right, he missed. Okay, she tried to bite your face off, tore some armor. Okay, we're done that round. Anyone left to act now? After.
Right, I'm gonna try to machete this bitch.
Nice.
That's the strength.
You are in darkness, so you're at disadvantage.
But the cocaine counters that for me. Just
The
normal.
cocaine, yeah, of course.
The
It's not-
cocaine. I
It's
love
always the cocaine.
Ah, I still failed. Damn it.
Okay, you're just hey, get this bitch off my back, and you're swinging around. And you can't. It doesn't bite. Anyone else?
I'm coming, Miss Quiver. I'll go charging up there through the darkness because I heard her screaming.
I try
You're
to
not
like,
on cocaine, are you?
No,
I
I'm
try to
not.
like push forward to up the steps to get out of the. Try to get out of there.
All right, Sundar, you can make an attack at disadvantage.
Grappling.
If you get a crit fail, you hit Quiver.
Nice.
Okay. Well, let's. Oh my gosh! There we go.
Nice.
And your
Double
weapon?
twos. I was just grappling her, just
Oh.
picking her up.
Okay, I'm gonna say you grab her. She's gonna make a strength check at disadvantage to try to break free. How's that? And her strength is dismal. Fail, fail. You grab the strangly, smelly, leprous gross thing, and you grab it, and she's shrieking at you and thrashing. So you have her.
You let Miss Quiver be. And I'm going to start marching her up the stairs towards the volcano.
Okay, so you storm up the stairs, and you get up to about this point, and you feel the heat now and the stench. Give me a constitution roll.
Nope.
You start to retch, and you can't go further, and you start to stumble. You're at disadvantage next round.
Okay.
Your actions, okay?
Yep.
You're retching, and you realize as you get close up to the top, it's really hot, and there's stuff boiling down the outsides, and it's wretched. So is everyone acted that round?
Yes.
Okay. Next round, you know the score. Dexterity checks. And can everyone play for a while yet, or we're pushing it a bit?
Try to finish up this fight.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did have 2 sessions planned for this game. Just to let you know. So we can play another round if you want.
Yeah, let's do
Yeah.
another round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See what
Okay.
happens.
Cool. Yeah, I'm curious too. I'm like, oh boy. So anyone that succeeded, you go first.
So it looks like Sundar and I both succeeded on the initiative. So can we
Oh.
work together on getting this bitch to the fire?
Totally. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
And remember your backgrounds. Think about a power you can use or something. Remember that's lurking there. I'll bump you a level.
I'm gonna be giving like hunting chance, aggressive war chance, kind of vibe something now.
Nice. So you're gonna start singing yourself.
And I go up and sort of like try to catch Sundar as he's stumbling and push him further up the steps.
Give me a charisma check. See if you can inspire Sundar in your next action, because he's at disadvantage right now. So if you can inspire him, you might be able to nullify that.
Success.
Sundar, you hear Quiver, and you remember her chanting and singing, at every dawn and dusk on the raft, and you hear that sound, but this one has a more martial and aggressive timbre. So you get up, and you're still holding this wriggling woman, and you realize she's chanting something too, and she's not sure what she's up to.
But I stumble forward. Onward. Shove her into the lava.
Okay, you stumble up, choking, your eyes watering, and you there's this intense glow and this heat, incredible heat. Another constitution check as you get to the lip, and you can hear this blood bubbling, and you feel yourself burning, like you're burning, right?
Yep.
But you're not taking damage yet. Yeah, she's desperate, and she's scratching and scrapping at you. And what are you gonna do?
God, you leave us alone. And I kind of throw her at this point.
Into the lava?
Yes.
Okay. Give me a strength check. She's thrashing like some insane old lady.
Yep. Made it by 9.
Oh. Okay. We'll leave that for a moment. We'll go to the next player. Anyone else pass? Levi, you find yourself squaring off against 3 of these creepy fuckers.
I failed.
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I want to try something interesting here. I want to give the rope some slack and try to use the raft as like a pulley, basically.
Oh, so you
like
can
the wood from the
cut the rope, and the raft will yard him.
Well, yeah, just however. I was thinking, wrap it around something, or
Oh,
yeah,
just
something
to
like
tie
that.
him off.
Yeah, well, I have to kind of like a pulley. Like I would use the wood as like a pulley. Like I jump down behind this and kind of like
He's gonna throw
use.
this missile at you. By the way, his round. You can see he's loaded it. And...
Yeah. Like I want to use this log as like a pulley. Pull down on it.
Oh,
That makes sense.
sort
this
of.
is to-
Okay.
if this is totally
okay.
not in the
Yeah, fine. No, I'll give you a strength check. See if you can. You want to pull him off the.
Yeah, I want to pull
Cliff.
him off.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Straight up strength check then.
All right. That doesn't help me at all.
I'll give you +1.
Okay.
So,
Okay. I was looking
yeah.
for something. I was looking for something.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear
Well,
you, but it's time and comes down to it.
Nat 1.
Well, yeah. It's wow. Well, describe what happens. Is everything?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I use this pulley as a way to like kind of he's not just pulled off. He's like thrown off
Yarded.
onto the dock. Yeah. He's just yeah. Exactly.
Oh wow. So he's like comes out, arms cartwheeling, and so on, and the mask comes off as he's falling down, and you see his face is this horrific mass of gross pus,
No.
frankly,
Okay. Foul.
and just gross. Like, the only thing keeping his face together was that clay mask.
Not like that delicate pus we see so much of
Exactly. Thank you.
on the internet
Okay,
these days.
well,
But you're
there you
just
go.
like, you're,
It's the
you kind of
grossest of
puke a
pus.
little bit. Like it's like, oh my God, this
Pink
place.
a little bit in your
place
mouth
is
and in
cursed.
his mouth.
Called it from a mile away.
Who's
Okay.
next?
Well, that's my turn.
He's dead. Splat. Yeah, and you pull up your rope quickly and to the others. Who's next?
I failed. Am I the last one to go?
I'm not sure. Hunter?
I went with the war chief.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so they go. So Levi. Oh my. The three of them.
Levi hear my chanting too? My song?
Ah.
Hear my song.
Yeah,
Levi.
I do hear it. And I know that things are going well up top. And I say, you are to lay your hand on the hard
I'll
head
give
of
you
the
+1.
burnt offering, and it will
Roll.
be accepted on your behalf to make atonement for you.
Roll 3 dex checks. You get -1 on each one. As these guys move in and swing their clubs.
Yeah. That was a fail. And
Not a good start.
it's all right. Wait, hold on a second.
You're inspired.
My
But
my so-called gaming mouse works as well as your macros. Oh, that was a success. And that was a success. So
4 points damage.
I'll can I do my armor thing again?
Yes.
I'll just do that.
All right. So your armor, they come in and they're clubbing and swinging, and you're moving around and dodging and weaving and
And quoting
avoid
from the Bible.
the holy Butlerian Jihad Bible.
Yes, John.
And
If the offering
anyone
is a
left-
burnt offering from the flock, from either the sheep or the goats, you are to offer a male without defect. You are all defected.
Are you using leavened bread? All right. Anyway, we'll end that round. Anyone left act?
Nope.
No? Okay. It's getting a bit late. Levi's in trouble. I see Sundar. Oh, wait. She has to act. The crazy lady. Right?
Yeah, she hasn't done anything.
Sundar, give me a you're in her element, so it's normal. So you have to give me a wisdom check. Oh, pardon me. Let me double check. Yes, you have to give me a wisdom check at disadvantage. So 2 checks. Because you're in her. No, that was quiver. Pardon me.
Oh, quiver. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Quiver, you have to give me 2 wisdom checks at disadvantage as she's casting a spell on you.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Because she's in her element. She gets.
First one is a failure. So the second one, both 18.
Damn.
Okay, she's like hisses and she puts her thumb on your forehead and she goes, "Curse you!" And there's this hiss of smoke and power as there's intense pain racks through your forehead and you take 4 points damage.
Oh, can I not armor that?
Ooh. Yeah, technically I think you can.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah. So she somehow she goes onto your armor and it burns away, it fries and smoke and sizzles. She had a hex of her own.
Oh man.
And this was second level hex, D6.
Yeah. That's scary.
So everybody, it's getting late. How do you feel? Another round, or shall we postpone this?
Well, are we going to be able to put her away in another round, Darren?
Yeah,
Or
probably throw her in the lava, probably.
yeah, I'm up for if we can
Do you
throw
want
in
to
the
end on a
lava.
cliffhanger or a resolution?
Well, Levi's in trouble. Like he has 3.
If you say so. But if she's in the lava, then
How about Levi? You're in trouble. It's 3.
are you going to say that they're going to keep fighting when their captain's killed?
They can't see
There's
that.
no morale check.
There's still the darkness.
Well, they
Can't
can't
see.
wait. They can't see it, but absolutely like nothing. She'll just fizzle out in the lava. There's no magical explosion. It's not like the Emperor when the Emperor died or anything.
You don't know.
to see.
Like she's just like, oh, she fizzled, but
It's not
Well-
that important.
there's absolutely no change in the atmosphere. We keep fighting. I'm
Yeah.
cool actually. At that point, if that's all there is to this world, then I'm happy dying in this moment. Swinging my grappling hook like a boss. You know,
So-
dying with bottle aged whiskey.
I
on
want
my
to do another
person.
session. Okay, Frank, let's end the session right now.
Okay.
Let's do that. It's late. It's Frank, I love you. Magnificent bastard, you. Oh, that's awesome. I love it, guys. I hope you had fun.
Yeah, too
Yeah,
good.
that was great. That was
Oh yeah, I
gonna-
loved it. I loved it.
Yeah, that was good.
I'm gonna set it up next Thursday and finish it. Frank, you can squirm all you want. You're in trouble. There's 3.
I'm coming up. I'm coming up.
And
Oh, yeah,
and we'll
they're
see
not
if you
gonna
can throw
get
this
me.
crazy bitch in the lava, frankly.
Yeah.
Right.
Yikes. What a handful. Oh, thanks guys. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
I
too.
really did.
Yeah. Thanks for running.
Yeah.
Thank
Oh,
you.
All
was
right.
fun.
Good game. Good game.
Good
Yeah.
game.
And I'll put this on my YouTube channel and stuff and have a yuck and look at it and think, oh my lord. But this island is a wasteland and as
Terrible.
it's depicted. There's and there's
Absolutely.
greenery and stuff, but it's desperate. The place that you realize that this could have been in paradise, but you got closer. It was like, oh, a hellhole.
Hey, we got a couple nice boats out of it.
We'll see.
They have
Yeah,
some
and,
loot.
and what else? There's
Yeah.
well, if everything goes well, Levi.
Survive, of course. There's always that. But
Well, no matter what, I'll probably survive.
There's also
I'm
the
not too worried about
mysterious
myself.
hidden monkey.
and if that pus industry resale thing can take off, then if I get that web page going.
It's like ambergris.
it is. Yes, indeed. It is. It's the new amber.
Yeah.
Well, Michael, Hunter, Bob, Frank, I appreciate it so much. You guys are great players and you have great sense of humor. And I'm having fun with this game and all my games. And
Yeah, I love to be here.
Awesome.
yeah, and next Thursday, part 2.
I plan
You
on
got
it.
this The journal. And you said, "You asshole!" You're like, "I throw the teddy bear journal."
Yeah, I throw it away. Fuck it.
The DM goes, "Fuck."
Does anyone?
My
does anyone
plot
take it?
threads.
Oh, I was just like, "Bob, I'm gonna kick you in the nuts." If you were here, I'd kick you in the nuts.
That's yeah. That's why some of us have to play online.
Yep.
It's safer for us that way.
I throw it overboard. I can't eat it. Yeah.
I saw
Not
it as soon as I said
ammunition.
it. I was like,
That was awesome,
There
though,
we-
Bob. By the
yeah,
way,
it was fun.
I love it.
Very
I
fun.
love it. Thanks, guys. Love it.
Yeah, thank you for the
Um,
session, man.
All right, we'll see you, fellas.
Cheers.
See ya.
Cheers.